make so loud? Hi, everyone wave! Ah! 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 I don't know why I'm screaming. It's because I'm excited. I think I'm excited. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We are back with Revenge of the Gith, the premiere of season 4. After like a 9-week break, we're just like couldn't stay away that long. We couldn't wait until after Christmas. We had to come back to you. So no,
an early gift
it's an early
to ourselves because we can't not play this game.
Yeah, that's true. It is mostly a gift to ourselves, but you as the audience get the benefit of watching. And without further ado, we're just gonna get started. We are going to introduce all of our returning. How did you live? We slept most of it.
I wish. I worked.
Right? So without further ado, we're gonna let the cast go around, introduce themselves and their characters, and we're going to, of course, I'm just readjusting myself. Start with our wonderful dungeon master, Rob B. Rowling. Go ahead, fam.
That's me. I'm Rob B. Rolling. You can find me at such a Twitch and Twitter, but today you can find me right here, right now, living. So I will be your game master and storyteller for this evening, having a super fun time. So, seeing as how is a premiere, hopefully everyone is coming back. But even if you are a new friend, we're gonna ease you in with everyone's gonna introduce themselves, their characters, and as an additional intro to the characters, I'm gonna need best dating profile bio for your characters, what they would put in character if they had dating profiles. So take that as you will.
Oh, good, excellent. Hello, everyone. I'm Montana. I play Throck the Unsatisfied, Crocodilian Circle of the Moon Druid. And if he was dating, he would definitely in his profile say that the person needs to know how to cook, because he does not know how to cook and he eats a lot. And then he'd probably just have pictures of like the mounds of food that he likes, just to let people know what cooks, what stuff he likes to eat.
Up front, I like it.
Yeah.
Hi,
It's
I'm
not
Ember.
you. It's
Yes,
It's Robin. It's okay. I love you. It's fine. Go ahead, Robin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robin, and I'm playing Proserpina, the Tiefling Arcane Archer, and one of the world's shortest alchemists. Not counting gnomes because they don't count. And let's see, if I were dating, which I'm not, so I would probably put that someone has to love to travel, because I like to travel and go to new places, must really enjoy shopping, and must love goats, because they're my favorite animal, and if you know how to handle someone with horns, you'll know how to handle me.
Amazing.
Now it's you, Amber. I'm really sorry. I know I typed it wrong. I skipped Robin and guys, remember this is your order, and so I didn't mean to yell at you. Everyone, I'm blind. I'm blind. Go ahead, Amber. I'm sorry,
Anyway.
boo.
Hi, I'm Ember. God, it's good to be back, but brain fried. Yeah, I worked last night. Anyway, I'm playing a new character. I am playing Amara. She is a wizard, warlock, rogue hybrid, as Val called it, a Weewa rogue, which I loved.
No. Very specifically,
sorry.
it's a wee ragoo.
Yes, a wee ragoo. But I leaned into a bit of my roots when it came to storytelling and such, with my eldritch, more of a creepy vibe to the character, which is where I got my start in writing back when Wattpad was a thing still, which, God, don't go looking for me. It's bad.
Too late.
You wouldn't know. I've never told you the username.
Okay.
Moving on.
Wait, time out. No, before we don't know what this Eldritch Horror's dating profile is like.
Oh, that's true. What's their dating profile bio like?
It would be very simple. It would consist of 3 lines. It would be, yes, my last name is weird, because she gets asked that a lot. Secondly, it would be, must like long walks. And thirdly, yes, I'm probably at work. She is a workaholic, and that's about
she does
it.
not get a lot of DMs. Got it. Okay.
No, she doesn't. If she were on it, she'd probably like maybe get one.
A very bad bio. Let's be fair.
Yeah, that's her though.
Mm-hmm.
So, hello everybody. I am Obadiah playing Hong Huzi, the half-drow warden extraordinaire, and on his Tinder bio, which has recently cautiously been deactivated, he has like slightly too many pictures of him that are like you've seen the guy before, like cut off like right about here, like exposing like far too much chest. Like he's got like a couple pics of tattoos, and another of him like in the middle of a drinking contest, like and like important like in the bios, like must be okay with sex as the first date, and like it's a disaster of a bio, but luckily he is like one of those guys that is actually hot enough to get away with it. And by get away with
he
it,
would be.
by get away with it, I mean like every once in a blue moon he'd get a bite. But really, he was like absolutely one of the like pause for a sec. You like really like anybody who didn't immediately swipe left. Usually it was, wow, I didn't know this guy was real. Screenshot for Twitter, then swipe left.
Yes. Wow, I didn't know this guy was real might become my non-existent Twitter bio.
Okay. Well, hey everyone. My name is Val. Today I bring to you Anja. She is our half-drow blade singer wizard of. Normally she's a small being of chronic anxiousness, but I don't know what stage of life she's in right now. She doesn't know what stage of life she's in right now. But she's not happy. So that's a thing. Um, as far as her dating profile goes, which she probably Anja doesn't have a dating profile. Like Anja just like plays words with friends and people talk to her on that. But if she did have one, she will probably just be honest and be like, not looking for anything long term because all of my boyfriends die.
Damn.
It is canon. Like every boyfriend that she's had is dead. So just
Val,
warning you.
What if somebody watching wanted to make that boyfriend dying more or less likely to happen? Is there any way they could do that? I don't know.
Oh yes, absolutely. If you want to like have a undead or a not dead boyfriend or whatever, you could do that with your
Somebody
bits.
literally donated money for your
just
that professor to die.
Literally donated money for my ex-boyfriend to die, and I'm like, okay, which was killed by the current boyfriend at the time, who is now also dead.
Dead.
So...
That was not because of the audience. That was fully player.
And we're not gonna let them live it down.
But y'all could break that tiebreaker.
It's true.
You just got to get the boyfriend, and then we can get that 2 out of 3.
It's true. So, with the way that you can help us on the stream is you can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. Hi, Nora. For every 100 videos that you give to the channel, you can give to one of these lovely people a reroll on a dice. If you want to give us a nat 1 or a nat 20, you can subscribe to the channel. And if you just want to donate straight up money and make shit up on a sliding scale. A sliding fucking scale here. You can start, I think like the minimum is like $3 on coffee. So if you go through Coffee or Streamlabs, like the more money you give us, the crazier your idea is. Like, we've had some stuff happen. We've had volcanoes. We've had sex dungeons. We've had giant stone mechs. We've had penis shields that moan when you hit them. We've had a boyfriend die. Like, just lots of stuff has happened on this channel because of money. We had a squirrel. So if you want things to happen, you can make things happen. But first and foremost, let's get the normal shit happening. And by normal, I mean not so normal stuff.
And also, if I remember correctly, I also made a devil's bargain that none of the players had a say in.
So
if you wanna...
so hey y'all, guess what? I'm 135 followers away from 1,000. And apparently, if at any point on my channel that we reach during this season of Grog 1,000 followers, the deck of many things will happen.
Somewhere, somehow.
Somewhere,
Deck of many things will show up this season.
So
you know,
yeah.
maybe get some friends, just follow the channel, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So, with all of that out of the way, we will begin on season 4 of Revenge of the Gith, the Underdark. So, thank you. So, we return after not too long, but still far too long, to the world of Aureal, which a year and almost 2 years ago now, actually, given how much the party's been traveling around, the Githyanki, once thought of as just extra-planar raiders, invaded. And I don't mean just, took out some territory. They placed the entire plane of Aureal under martial law. They evacuated the Underdark and the Drow, Deep Gnomes, and Duragar that called it home. As many as really wanted to survive, left the Underdark in a mass exodus, and they sealed it off for... the party is now learning their own search for something, as well as other nefarious purposes. The Gith has spent the past year and a half spreading across the entire plane of Aureal, incurring many, many different nefarious plots, multiple of which, 3 major of which, the party has utterly and thoroughly foiled. The most recent of which was they may or may not have been starting to mess with the boundaries between the plane of Aureal and the outer planes, as they began to mess in this ancient, decrepit, slightly floating around ruins called the Ruins of Pentar. The connection between Aureal and the Shadowfell, which had many repercussions that were luckily avoided as the party, in a climactic climax of a season that you should all go see, and it was very good, stopped breaking the ritual and bringing the planar bridge to the Shadowfell back to its normalcy. All of that after a cross-continental trek involving were-tigers and slods and more slods and ignored slods and just so much strife, as well as the Underdark and figuring out the mysterious past of the Lady Hareen, Honghuzi's patron and Proserpina's mother. So... the party, after their victory, though, were not really able to celebrate, as they were very abruptly approached by an illusory figure and representation of the Arch-Lich Vlaakith, the Lich Queen of the Githyanki, an exceptionally powerful individual whose speaking their very name alerts her to your presence. And they were essentially given a task. They were told if they found something in the Underdark, that while they were searching, that Vlaakith would stop the conquest of the surface that they've been pulling off for the past almost 2 years. And if once it's found, that they would have much less to do, not only in the Underdark, but on the Imperial. So the party decided that while this is the definition of extortion, and not someone they want to be working with, that if it would prevent the conquest of the entire continent and world of L'Oreal, that they would go under whatever this task may be. Now, the party has decided they are going to take a bit of time to prepare themselves as they journey back into the Underdark, as well as receive a bit more information from Githyanki liaison. So we're going to jump in to some downtime before we jump into the thick of the season. So I guess the first question is, where are y'all going to do this downtime? Because with Anja being a very powerful wizard, y'all can kind of go multiple different places for that kind of thing.
Yeah, we now have teleport as a spell, so going places, and look at those 2 subs from our boys. Y'all let me know where those natties are going. So yeah, Anja can. It'll take like a day. Like what she'll probably end up doing is like, because it's a long rest kind of thing for her to be able to teleport constantly.
Oh yeah.
So Anja is gonna want to go see her aunt before going to the Underdark, because probably the best source of information would be to for the Underdark would be maybe someone who might have lived there. I don't know. Like
Makes sense.
might be where we gotta go. So that's where she's gonna go, but she will find out a way to bring y'all wherever y'all want to go, but it's all gonna be because her aunt's in Trent, right?
Say again?
Is
Yes,
her in
Trent.
Okay, so
Mhm.
she's gonna start in Trent.
The human province of Lindsay,
And
which our season 2 viewers will be quite familiar with.
so anyone who wants to go other places, she can probably either find somebody else to take you, or she can take you. But that's where Anja's going.
Great. So any requests that the party would make of Anja? Because this is like the night or maybe the morning after that, fight where half of you were in the Shadowfell and half of you were fighting like a small contingent of Githyanki with like arcane psychic guns, So I don't know what kind of requests any of y'all would make.
Okay, well, Throck has definitely on his mind his people that are being attacked and by probably an ancient red dragon. So his first thoughts would be to maybe just probably not go over there, but he might check in on them here and there. Probably go close, maybe like Malja or like somewhere else closer, like a high point, to be able to kind of just see how they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, you have transport via plants, so you can very easily you could just teleport, because you also know that most of your you can basically through your different spells figure out where your people are, because they also, you put them back on an exodus back towards your home last season, so you can basically figure out where they are and just instantly teleport to them as well if you want.
Yeah, that's probably definitely what Throck's going to be doing.
Great. We'll get that scenes at some point too. Honkuzi Proserpina, is there anywhere you two would request to go that Anja has the ability to send you all to? Because I don't. What spell are you using teleport circle for
no,
this?
No, it is teleport.
Oh, teleport. Cool.
Yeah, it
nice.
is straight up teleport. So I actually have to be there to bring them places.
Oh yeah.
So what's really cool is I could probably bring Obadiah and Prospino wherever they want to go first, like spend the night, and then teleport to Trent if Throck can go by himself.
I mean, Throck could also help out if it's anywhere closer to where we were, or at least along the track. He'll definitely say that he can transport them, and then always.
Yeah, Throck has to have been there for, and there has to be trees, but yeah.
For this, he's gonna say it's. I can do what I need to do, as long as I can get a message out, and I can take care of that myself. So
you're gonna
where are we going?
walk? Is that you're just gonna walk? Is that
Oh no, I'm going wherever Proserpine is going. As for what I need to do, I can take care of that myself.
Well, I'm going to Trent. I'll just talk to my aunt, get some Underdark information and stuff.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of anything particular, but I should probably at least send a letter to my family back home and let them know I'm okay. I'll use the stone to talk to mother, and then I mean I don't know. Never been to Trent. I'll go wander around Trent while you're there.
Okay.
But before you all teleport to Trent and to your people, Throck, Ember, you actually are going to be someone other than Amara today, because Fang, the shifter fighter, is going to be parting ways from the party. So that morning after the crazy battle, what is it? I'm guessing Fang doesn't leave without like a trace. They're saying anything?
He wouldn't leave without leaving anything behind, but I don't think he's going to do it face to face. He doesn't think that would be very helpful. So what he does instead is he leaves a note written very, very poorly. He can barely read and write as is. And it would just basically explain, hey, I'm going to figure out what happened with the Slod village because my people were seen there. I'll get in touch eventually if you guys really need me, but I'm going to probably be going my separate ways. If you guys ever are in the area, I guess hit me up kind of thing.
Hit me up. Just Fang like.
That's what
If
my
you're ever in
brain
the
went through.
area, just give me a ring.
Exactly.
Have some coffee, catch up.
Exactly.
Slide into my
I'll show you my screenplay.
Yeah. He would. Yeah.
That's too fucking real, Rob. God. There's film industry workers in here.
What he would do is 1 o'clock in the morning, leave that note and just kind of disappear into the night, I guess. He's not one for
Not a huge talker, to be fair.
yeah, not one for talking is the words I was going for.
As Fang heads back towards Bronze Hill, the town that you all went to after leaving the Underdark, and had been very much besieged by the Slod. Before you all teleport as well, as the tiny hut comes down and you all are able to see that note and all, there is also the sound of a teleportation spell as a small kind of crack in the air forms, and stepping out of it, you see in full Githyanki plate mail, this again very carapace like metallic, but also it's this strange mixture of like metal and carapace. You see very similar form to a different individual, but like the Githyanki that was on top of Dragon at the end of season 2. This is a full-on commander. This is not a Kithrak, which is like a sergeant, or like this is fully like a general level Githyanki. Steps out, sword on their back, and kind of extends hands out to you all. Hello. And kind of looks towards Hanghuzi as he said that in Gith.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think I know like the cultural response. So like I'll say like the word, and like I'll kind of like Hanghuzi will kind of like hold his hands up, like sort of like is this what I need to do back?
No, I'm just indicating I'm not going to attack you.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're fine.
I thought that was universal. Okay. I'm Commander Vox. I've been sent by Her Eminence to give a dossier and inform you as to how this shall work.
All right, we're listening, and I can translate for everybody, so you don't have to worry about common.
I'm to understand that point is at Andra. This one can send.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Why is
This
he
is all in
pointing?
Gith, so you,
I know.
this
So she's
person's
like,
talking and just points
why
at
is
you.
he pointing at me?
He's not making threats. He's just very businesslike.
Okay, because
he's
you know
just
that
asking.
you can finger of death when you do that. Okay, that's why I'm very concerned.
I'm pretty sure he's not a wizard.
Okay.
It's fine.
He did just fully teleport here.
Yeah,
But...
he did just.
Hong Huzi, hashtag incorrect, but still, like, yeah, but it's fine. I don't think he's just asking if you consent, which you might need to do for the.
Oh, okay.
As per the
Sure.
arrangement, Her Eminence shall continue with all operations on the surface until
I'm
you have,
here still. Sorry.
It's okay.
as per the agreement, Her Eminence shall continue with all operations on the surface until you have engaged in your task. You shall send to me when you have done so. There will be scrying and other divination magic to ensure that is a true statement and not a falsehood. And he then pulls out like some parchment with a kind of disc-like object with some runes on it.
Mm-hmm.
You are searching for an ancient illithid artifact comparable size to one of I believe you call it a Sky Raider. It should be fairly apparent, although an exact physical description is not available at this time. However, this object, should you hold it within the vicinity of what you believe may be this item, will glow if it is correct. That is all I have been told. There is within that document information on the Underdark and places that either have been slated for later purging or have not yet been purged, which may be useful for you all to go. You may purport yourself however you may like. Please, if you all die, inform me so that we may continue operations in a more efficient manner. Any questions?
Yeah, how are we supposed to inform you if we die?
Yeah, I mean, I must assume, I'll assume Hong Huzi translates what they said
Yeah.
and what you then say.
Yeah.
I would hope that you would be able to cast a sending spell before your imminent demise. Or simply use a contingency spell. It's not that difficult magic.
Yeah, sure. She
Yeah,
knows what a contingency. I mean, Anja could learn contingency if someone taught her.
He translates it. He translates that
Mhm.
that yeah sure with like what seems like obvious trepidation, like what seems like to like get his like obvious trepidation, like that's what she said, and I'm not sure what that means.
From your all silence, I'm going to assume that means there are no further questions.
No, we'll just tell him we'll just have some preparations. We are going to an expedition in the abandoned Underdark after all.
Yeah, should we expect any further contact from you as like part of your duties? Like, are you going to be doing status checks or anything like that?
Do you require regular observance and check-ins to do your job?
No, but I'm not military. I don't really know how you operate.
Given that you're asking and that you referred to the Underdark as abandoned, makes me think that perhaps that might be prudent. However, that was not part of my intention.
Sure. All right. Then we can just then that'll be fine. You can go about your business, whatever it is.
You can just without an insight check, like he's already like not like he does not expect you all to survive nor succeed to the point that he's already figuring out like that you're like, I don't think this is going well, so I'm gonna get ready to, pick up this mess. So satisfactory. Send to me when you've commenced the operation.
What was your
And
name?
just doesn't respond to that and just steps back through a teleport spell.
What was his name? What was his name? Hung Huzi, what was his name? How does he expect me to send to him? He doesn't tell me his name.
Honghuzi just Honghuzi answers her question with his rank, which is a gift, which is a word, which is a specific working gift. It is not an answer to her question, but he hopes that's good enough for the sending spell.
I mean, you've met them.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay.
And Honghuzi knows his name, so.
Well, I guess we need to get our spelunking gear together, because that's what's happening, and rations, and I don't know, maybe go kiss somebody that you love and leave, or I don't know anymore.
We'll make it work, boss. We'll make it work. Sorry, habit.
It's fine. I'm fine with it.
Great. So it's up to you all whether you would kind of go through the dossier now or in Trent or what.
I figure since everybody's together and Throck quite reasonably might be leaving shortly, like, yeah, Honghuzi want to go through here.
Great. Who would have thought? So the Githyanki have outlined 4 kind of essentially areas of interest that they know are there, have not yet purged, and could potentially be of interest for you all. There is a note that, of course, there is more Underdark out there, and that who knows where it might end up being. The first primary location that has been outlined, and it's very businesslike, but also still very down talky to you, Honghuzi, as you're able to read it. So like as a, as it may not be clear if I had simply explained all of these, this may be the first port of call for you all. There is apparently a small settlement of refugees and individuals in the Underdark, which has apparently not evaded the Githyanki site, but has not yet been purged, called the Enclave. It is there's like rough maps. They don't give you an entire map of the Underdark because they're not going to give you something they work that hard to create. But there is enough of a map of the Underdark to get there. It's not like in the deepest, darkest part of the Underdark. In fact, you all notice that it's actually kind of in the way of a lot of Githyanki operations, and yet isn't untouched. There is as well noted the rest of these places are pretty like deep, dark Underdark. Like there's the Underdark, and as you get deeper and darker, it gets older and even less like tamed and civilized. So there is the note of the ruins of the first ever temple to Lolth. There is no, yeah, you'd be informed of what it is. There is the connection of this plane to the abyss. And there is the origin of myconids, like the place where the first myconid grew. Which are all places that have been noted, found, but not yet touched by Githyanki. But yeah, just chill places to go. I'm sure nothing crazy going on with any of those. I'm sure.
I bet.
So yeah.
we have to do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to do.
That's extortion for you. When you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're your family by force.
Gang members know nothing about that. Well,
he
do we...
just looks kind of like offended, like what?
I'm not. It's a matter of fact. I wasn't trying to offend you. Anyway, should we, Throck? You're
Mm,
going. Do you need anyone to go with you?
mm, no.
Would you like me to contact that very handsome ranger with the funny accent and the khaki shorts for you?
Mm, yes.
Wait, how do you know he's handsome?
I cried.
Oh.
I cried. Yes. Well, would you like me to
I
ask
don't
him?
need anyone to come, but if people would like to come with me, that's fine. It's really, I just want to, he stops and he like kind of thinks for a second. You can tell that there's like some things on his mind, and he's like, I just need to talk to Biggest in Water, or at least see my people, maybe not even contact them. I won't be very long.
Do you know
A
where?
couple days.
Do you know where Trent's at?
Does he? I forgot.
No,
No.
you have no way.
No.
You know where Lindum is, but that's about as far north as you've ever been.
Okay. Well, then in what 2 days, we can meet in Lindum where we originally met. And we'll take it from there. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, who would you like me to send to this ranger for you?
Tell him to meet me, and he gives a location near the swamp.
Okay.
Yeah, and tell him to dress in something sneaky.
Okay. Okay. So Anja is going to. Did I ever get this ranger's name?
No name given.
No name given to this ranger.
No name.
That's okay.
No name given.
So there is a chance that I will fail, right?
No,
Okay.
that's when the only way sendings can fail is if it's cross plane.
Okay, well it's on the plane. I know this guy.
Mhm.
I will send to him. First sending will be, "Hi, I'm Anja, friend of the Croc. He wants to meet you in this location. Here is location." Like I don't know what the location is. He says, "Dress in sneaky clothes. Can you do that?"
Roll persuasion check.
Okay. First roll of the game, guys. Let's
So
do
this is a
it.
prime example of not only of audience donations, but of them working together as the existence of a Steve Irwin Ranger and then him helping the party came about of 2 separate donations last season. And we start the season off with a natural 20. This
That feels
person who's not
good.
technically actually aligned with the party.
No.
Understood. Cracky! I'd love to see that old bloke again. This is the best Australian accent you're gonna get out of me right now, chat. Sounds great. Don't got any other clothes, but sounds blooming amazing. See you there.
I'm gonna choke on my own spit. Okay. Anjo would be like, "He would love to see you again. He called you Bloke. I don't think that's your name. You should correct him. But he will meet you there. Says that he doesn't have any other clothes, but he'll see you there.
Okay. That's good.
Anja is gonna give Throck a hug goodbye. Don't.
Getting 2 hugs.
Just the girls on either side of him just hugging him. Hey, don't get eaten by a dragon and come back, okay?
Yeah, you come back, okay?
Like, they both just look up at him with, like, their big girl eyes. Like, Moe is bullshit, probably.
Throck's looking up at the sky.
Let him go.
So, as the tender hug ceases, you go to cast your transport via plants. Your casting is slightly interrupted as a now beginning to become familiar voice comes in your mind. Wonderful job not dying and all of that. Really top notch. If you could just go a little closer. This is the voice that's come in to Throck's head many times through the pendant with the kind of hellish symbol on it. Just go a little closer to the swamp away from me, friends. Not too far. Just, I think we have a little bit of talking to do.
Okay, he says out loud as he opens up.
Here's the thing, and you're also like, so you're like, okay, as you teleport via plants, as you appear once again in the ruins, really, of your swamp that was once your home. It is not as ash-ridden and singed as you remember it. You see that this kind of corruption still permeates the entire place. You're at the edge of it, so there's still some trees that are healthy and not covered in ash and burnt away, but they're few and far between. You can still like feel every so often the ground like heave briefly as the dragon probably moves or makes a sudden movement. You can see fire elementals wandering about the place.
Throck is kind of, he's, stealthily kind of moves around and he tries to find this person.
It's not, no, you are so cute. No, it's all up in here, buddy. All right, great.
You waiting for me to pee?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I think you're doing a really bang-up job here, to be quite honest. Been dealt quite a difficult hand, and maybe it's because I emancipated and slightly helped and molded the very formation of your culture, but I think this is a very good match. I think we are kind of in a good spot right now, but I think we could be in a better one. Now, I have a lot of restrictions in how I work and how I can do what I do. I can't give freely and I cannot take without it being freely given. Now, I want to help. I'm doing what I can, but again, a lot of rules, a lot of restrictions. It's a lot, but what you gonna do, right? So, here's what I propose. You give, and I will give. We can make a mutually beneficial arrangement. We both want nothing more than for your people to survive, to reclaim the swamp, and to get that nasty little lizard out of here. Yeah?
Yes.
Great. Now, the way I see it, I'd love to make you essentially like a demigod power, and so you could just single-handedly fight a dragon, but that's just not something I can do, unfortunately. These things, they have a process. In fact, even if you give quite a lot, it'll take a while for that relationship to kind of grow and really kind of become something more. So, what you have to do for me is you make an oath, a pledge, a sacrifice, whatever you want to call it, and then I will make an oath. And that'll cement us right there, darling. Making sense?
Mm, yes. Until you start speaking about making oaths. What does an oath mean?
You're gonna make me a promise, love. You're gonna
Mm,
say
yeah.
essentially what you're getting out of this, right? What and what I'm getting out of this. You know, if you want, you can swear upon your soul that you're going to do everything you can to do this task I've already set out for you and clearing out these swamps and all of that. But you can also give a little more. It doesn't have to be physical. The more you give, the more I can give.
Uh, he like he thinks for a second. Hmm. Um. Well, I can. Um. I don't know what is of value to you. Is it just have to be valuable to me?
No. I mean, if that were the case, you could pledge food, and that's really not what I'm looking for, love.
Mm,
I simply think of it like collateral.
mm,
Need something that's not important to you, but that's part of you. Whether that's your word, your bond, part of what makes you you, something to
mm,
anchor this deal and me.
Well, I can only really have my body to give you. Is, is
My, quite forward, aren't you?
mm, I can give you half of me.
Half of you,
Yeah,
like half of your physical body,
I guess half of everything.
half of everything. Now,
Mm,
listen, that really is really favorable for me. Are you sure about like that includes your immortal soul? You know.
mm. Well, as long as I serve my purpose, all of that doesn't matter.
That's quite right.
So, as long as you help me make my clan better, I'll give you half of me.
Well, I mean, if that's something you're comfortable with, it has to be free to give it. I don't want to pressure you or nothing or anything. I just
No, I you're you helped us. You made us who we are. And half seems fair. You seem like you don't want all of it, so I'm not offering that.
I mean, if I had all of you, you'd be a devil. So no, that's probably not good for me.
Hmm, what's a devil?
Oh, there's so much to. Oh my goodness, you are just so cute. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
All right, a little bit more about me. Long ago, your people, as I'm sure you figured out, were quite far beneath the thumb of many, many terrible people doing quite terrible things. And there are gods and divinity, beings of the good persuasion, is all of you mortals like to say. Good's interesting word, but that's what you all use. And then it's not as much a direct opposition as more a triangle. And on one other side of the triangle, there's demons, beings of chaos and evil. They are. You don't want me to demonize. Tell you that they will just rip your head off, or they'll make you basically their bitch and then rip your head off when they feel like it. It's just not a good time. And then on the other side, there's us. There's the devils. We're evil insofar as what you all say, but there's rules. We have systems, and our systems are simply at the core of it to keep that triangle alive. If any one part of it, broke the other two, well, not really good for anyone, to be quite honest. Even the gods, although they certainly would like to believe that'd be good for everyone. Now, in the middle, there's also some things also keeping everything in order, but we don't need to go into those. But suffice to say, I am a being of law and rules. I just understand that rules are, in the hands of some, they are a tool for great good, but in the hands of others, they are just the absolute worst. So many monsters hide behind laws. And I don't hide behind them. I simply use them as a tool, like some are too afraid to admit they do. But my task is a little more aligned with that middle circle, to be honest. A bit more of a balancing agent. Got a specific charge. Has to deal with that swamp and the thing that stupid lizard is trying to get into. That's why I'm pretty invested.
Yes, the balance is important.
I certainly agree there. Again, it's almost like I implanted those kinds of morals into your society, but again, I think this is working out anyway. So, if you're willing to say that you'll give half, you'll get
Yes.
all the power that I can really give you. It'll grow. We'll kind of start slow. Can't actually just, siphon a ton of power into you without killing you or breaking a lot of those rules. Not a demon after all. So, know that
Yes.
I am keeping an eye out. Let you know if there's anything I think you need to know. Mainly, I think you're very self-sufficient. I like that about you. I'll be keeping an eye on your people, trying to make sure they don't get into too much trouble, all right?
Okay.
I swear. I'll do everything in my power to make sure that you and as many of your clansmen make it through this with their home intact.
And I swear I will follow you.
Terrific. And there's this trio of laughter, these three slightly different voices laughing together, as you've heard multiple times, as this symbol, which is this kind of strange scrawling of runes, starts to coalesce into a more defined shape, as it looks like essentially a three-pronged, it almost looks like kind of with one looming and then two from the side, these three canine like heads made out of hellish glyphs appear.
Thank you.
You can just call me Cerberus, love.
Cerberus. It's good to have a name. It's easier to remember.
No problem. I never really liked the term gatekeeper. It seems a little just use my name.
Yes, Cerberus.
Terrific. Now you got people to go talk to, so I don't want to keep you.
Okay. And he kind of looks around, like almost like permission to like walk away, and he just slowly starts moving.
As you go, having made your pact to Cerberus, the gatekeeper to hell. we'll cut away for now, and come back to you meeting your people as we zoom back into Anja, having just teleported the group to Trent.
Yeah, my first teleportation spell. Just I guess everybody hold hands and let's do it.
Let's do it.
Um, I'm assuming it's kind of like coming down a hill, like that, or a roller coaster, like kind of coming. I don't know. I have no idea how it feels to teleport.
I mean,
I've never done
y'all
it
have been
before.
teleported before.
That's true. That's true.
So
But yeah, Anja can
not too
just
bad.
do that now. And she is now. The three of us are now in Trent. How does it fucking look?
It looks like Trent did, but with Githyanki ships above it. There are the beginnings of watchtowers of design that you all, most of you at least, remember from Malsha being constructed. This seems to have been recent enough that they're not currently finished, but there is visible Githyanki presence.
Reminds me of home, I guess. Well, I'm gonna go talk to Auntie. Y'all are welcome to come, I guess. Or you can, I don't know. Y'all haven't been on a date yet, so why don't you just go and do that or something? I don't know. Do you need me to send any messages
I don't.
or?
Don't. I shouldn't go. I think she might assume that this is a thing. If I show up, my associations are known.
I mean, she's not really like a gang thing.
The lady.
But I'm not going to see her.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
she
don't wanna-
knows who. She knows who I work for. It's not subtle. And also, I told her before.
You told her? Oh, okay. Well, okay. Proserpina, are you gonna stay with? Oh, well, he has to stay with you. Well, he doesn't have to, but he definitely wants to.
I just sort of put my arm right around Hunkuzi's and go, oh no, I'll stay by his side. I gotta keep somebody out of trouble.
Okay.
Amazing.
Seems like a little bit indignant. Like what?
As the camera will continue with Anja first as you go to visit your aunt.
Yeah, my aunt.
One of the basically two proprietors of the iridescent trade. These large kind of crab-like monstrosities that grow the crystals that power pretty much all the arcane foci on Aureal.
Yeah, it's a kind of an important thing on this planet.
Very important thing.
So I'm guessing she didn't expect me. Probably didn't even know I was alive. But I'm showing up at her front door.
Yeah. She's not at her front door, but you can very quickly, speak to some guards, and eventually you are brought to a even more lavish than before dining hall, as the recent times have been. They've doubled their enterprise and almost have a full monopoly on the iridescent crystal trade.
And I mean, as like when she sees me, I definitely look a little bit different than the last time she saw me. I'm looking a little bit more like her.
Yeah, as she sees you, like there's that. There's been a bit of a tense relationship. There was a tense relationship between you and her and your mother a bit. And there's like this awkwardness and slight tension as she looks at you, but as you walk in, that does soften just a little as she kind of moves towards you with like kind of one of those hugs of like, is this what people do in this situation? Like,
you didn't have to do that. But they like don't hug people if you're not comfortable with it. It's okay. I know this is weird.
It's not. You look. Things have
Oh,
been.
uh, I
Have
I
you
just
been?
got sad and I just stopped caring.
Oh. As servants start bringing out wine.
It's oh no, that's not what I. A lot's kind of happened since I last saw you.
I mean, this was for me, but
Oh.
you can also have some.
Well, what time is it? if
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
well, it's not day drinking if it's mimosas, right?
5 o'clock in some plane. I don't know.
So it's true. But yeah, and I kind of like fill her in on what
Mhm.
happened since like we left Lindsay.
Yeah.
Like in great detail. With everything, right down to the very end with, people are fucking dead and we're now in cahoots with the Lich Queen, and as soon as we finish some shit, this will stop. So yeah, this will just hopefully stop. But we're going on an Underdark expedition, and I was wondering if there was anything that you could let tell me about. I've never actually. I mean, I've been like in an entrance, and then I was there that one time, but I've never like been in the Underdark. I was born up here. So, like any advice, suggestions,
I
any
mean,
help?
sounds like you'll be going pretty deep. My general advice when doing that is don't, but that doesn't seem like much of an option for you all.
For
Whew,
anyone,
okay.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, we never left the cities much, but every drow grows up, knowing what's out there. So, I don't know what it's like right now fully, obviously, but just kind of have to give you advice, assuming it's similar.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna want, actually, you know what? Nobody here is gonna sell them. I'll find them. There's slight enchantments to put on the bottom of your boots to lessen the vibrations your footsteps will make.
Oh,
Very important. As you
okay.
get deeper and deeper down, um, Harlium insects really doesn't feel right. But there's, things, worms, usually spelled with a U, that just will
Mm-hmm.
sense that and come after it. Uh, Other than that, you're also going to want to, I would suggest, if you can avoid it, never have bright light, like a candle, like something, make sure you don't fall over yourself, but don't, for the, like, unless you are using artificial sunlight to daze something, which will work pretty much every time, unless something is really lucky or hardy,
Mm-hmm.
do not have bright light. It is
Okay.
a death sentence
Okay.
because that doesn't show up. And if you were walking around with a bright light that deep down, you're dead. Um, Also, just don't look anything in its eye. Just a good policy: never look any natural denizen of the Underdark directly in the eyes. Just don't. You'll either, if it's a number Hulk, you'll go slightly crazy and
Yeah.
maybe attack your friends. And if it's a non-number Hulk, it'll realize you're there and eat you. So just don't. I don't. Since coming to the surface, there's this thing called herbivores.
Mm.
There's not many of those. Like, that's just fungus. Like, there's fungus, like, but
Mm-hmm.
that also feeds off of dead things. So there's not much like won't try to eat you things down
Right.
there.
So I'm guessing fires are a no-go.
No.
Gotcha.
You're gonna want, as you get further and further down,
Mhm.
you're gonna want clothes that are gonna keep you cool. It gets hot the
Okay.
deeper down you go. Like hot.
Okay.
Um
That's surprising. What makes it so hot?
well, if you ask certain, scholars and wizards, there's like a giant ball of fire, like at the bottom of everything, in the center of the everything, or something
Whoa.
that heats things up, in the bottom of the Underdark, and that whatever it is, you're not that close to it because you'd probably just die, but you're close enough that it starts heating things up.
Yeah, I didn't get to earth sciences when I was in
Yeah.
class. I had already quit by then.
Fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Okay.
keeping noise and sound to a noise and light to a absolute minimum is really ideal. If you or anyone can know silence and use it liberally, gonna be a good tactic. Like
Okay.
most drow patrols have mandatory a silent scroll at least with them, because if you get in a fight and don't cast silence and you're deep down, you're just gonna it'll be like an endless fight
Okay.
essentially, if
Okay.
you're not careful.
So, um, dark vision, silence. I don't think I have silence, but if I can find a scroll of it, I can just write it into my book, no problem.
Mhm.
So I'll just go and get one of those. Um, I think Throck might have it. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him. Oh, is he? I guess he will be okay. He is a crocodile, so he'll just absorb all the heat, though he's not going to have any sun. Um, so just being very quiet, no light. Um, so
Also
familiar
bring
wise,
all your food, bring all your
all
food
bring all the
ideally.
food.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, if any of
Actually,
you had grown up in the Underdark, you would have grown up eating those mushrooms, and your immune system would be suited. But you're gonna get like minimum kind of sick from eating pretty much anything down there. Uh,
gotcha.
there's there's just basically like almost zero nutrients, except for the soil is nutritious to
Mhm.
some degree for fungus. So things really don't want to get eaten down there. That's why things have
Mhm.
such hard carapaces, and why pretty much every mushroom is either poisonous or will just attack you straight up.
Yeah. Okay. Good idea. Is there? So the boot enchantments. There are four of
Mhm.
us for sure. Um.
I'm gonna give you like 6 just to be sure, in case you
Oh.
bring any hirelings.
Oh. Okay. What? I don't know if I have enough money for hirelings. Do you
I
have
don't.
any recommendations for a hireling that I could find somewhere?
Um, honestly, nobody that I'm not currently hiring, but I
Okay.
know that the Molehill frequents the area, so he's
Oh.
pretty well connected.
Is he
Not
here?
my
Do you know if he's around?
That's kind of. I mean, I would ask the her little whipping boy about that. Uh, I'm sure he'd know better.
I guess so, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, and by the way, she totally fucking revealed to her aunt who Proserpina was in the talks. Like,
got it.
cause
Okay.
she, because she
Oh,
was just,
her eyes went wide when
yeah,
that
she was
happened.
spouting and just not thinking because that's a very Anja thing to do. It definitely, and also mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, they're totally dating now. I don't think she knows about it. Um, so, which, I don't owe her a favor anymore because the guy that she got out of prison is fucking dead. So,
She's probably not going to see it that way, but
that's okay.
uh,
But as long as you can pretend to hate me and I hate you, like we just pretend we don't like each other, I really don't have anything she could take from me again. So, except my own life, and
okay.
you know what? I don't actually care about it right now. We're just gonna save the world, and then I'll deal with it later. So,
I mean, also, if you owe her a favor, your life is valuable to her, so she wouldn't ask you to take that.
what would happen? Like, what kind of repercussions would happen to her if she did something to me?
Uh, she did something to you. I mean, cosmically, nothing. She'd be hurting her own asset
Oh,
in a way,
yeah,
but
yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I guess it's a question of if you
Like, it's not could be a
knowing
gang
what I
war
know
or
about
something.
her.
Ooh, wait, what do you know about her?
Oh, well, just by how she operates,
Oh.
it's just a question of are you more of a threat than you are a boon with having a favor owed? If you, I guess rile her up or provoke her enough to the point where she no longer thinks you're as useful as you are a hindrance, then she
Do you
won't
know how I
hesitate.
become her best friend?
Sounds like keeping Proserpina alive is a good start, but
Oh, I like Proserpina. She's nothing like her bio mom. But okay, thank you. I guess I'll check in with you maybe before I leave again. We're here a couple of days. We're waiting for Throck to get back from his swamp.
Okay.
But thanks. If I don't make it back, actually, I have a favor to ask of you. One favor to ask of you.
Okay.
I need this, and she just whips out the penis shield. Like, I can't really bring this anywhere with me. Nobody can use it with my party. Like, it's not.
I don't think anyone can use that.
You'd be
Not
surprised.
that I would know, not really my thing, but
Well, it was Alex's.
a man of impeccable taste, I'm sure.
I don't know what happens, but listen to this, and I'm gonna like ping it with my.
And it moans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the largest triple sealed lead box that I can, and I'm going to have my people dig the deepest, darkest hole that they can, and I'm going to seal it away so deep that hopefully no one ever finds it but worms.
I was just hoping
Yeah?
you could just send it back to my apartment.
Oh, okay. I can do that too.
Like if you could just mail it back to my house and my tenant
Yeah.
can just take care of it. Like
They know they know this is coming then?
I'll let her.
Because if
I'll
I
let her
got this,
know.
if I got this out of nowhere, I would no longer be your tenant.
I will let her know. She you know what? She had
Okay.
sex with Hong Huzi, so I think she'll be fine. Like
I'll have to
she
take your word
was
for
a
it.
very adventurous dwarf. Okay, I
Okay.
think she'll be okay. And I guess I have. If you have anything to spare, there's something fishy going on.
Mhm.
Speaking of Alex dying, his soul didn't exactly make it back to the plane, according to his mom, and I think it has something to do with a deal he made that Proserpina also made. And I was wondering if you could look into this lady while we're gone.
Okay.
And
See
I'm
what
gonna,
I can do.
I'll tell her the story about like
Yeah.
the strange voices in the bath where Anja said, "Nah, that's cool. I'm not down for that." But Alex apparently went for it, and Prospina went for it, and it might be a hag. I'm not sure, but if there's anything that I could do to get my boy back, that would be appreciative, or at least send him to heaven. Like, just who this bitch?
I will do some research in my time.
Thanks.
I don't know how long you all will be here before going down.
A couple of days. We're gonna go to
Okay.
Lindsay and meet Throck and Lindsay. That's because he doesn't know how to get here.
Gotcha. I'm gonna assume you mean Lindum, but we're in
Yes,
Lindsay.
Linda. Sorry,
Yeah.
I've had a long.
A lot's happened.
A lot's happened.
And you haven't even had my wine yet.
Oh, look, it's right here. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And she
if you,
just downs
I'm gonna,
like the whole glass. Like, I'm gonna go
Okay.
stay at a nice hotel.
That was some very nice wine, but okay.
It was.
I'm gonna
It
need
tasted
like.
delicious.
Good. I'm gonna need like 3 to 4 days to get all the boot things for you anyway.
Okay.
I'm also gonna throw just some antitoxin because you can never have too much. Because that's probably what I can get together quickly, and I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. all over, I can visit again, and it won't be strictly on business. Maybe we can actually. Maybe I won't be so sad.
Yeah, maybe. Well, hopefully, I guess.
Cool.
Um,
Well, where's your bathroom? I'm just gonna use that before
oh,
I go.
yeah, like.
Thank you. And like I give like a
Hmm.
bow as I also go pee, and you have the chance to switch seats.
As the camera shifts to Honghuzi and Proserpina, where are you two going in Trent?
Assuming that Proserpina doesn't actually doesn't like actually pick somewhere else to go, Honghuzi's gonna start leading her on to like a shady bar specifically so that he can like get in contact with the molehill.
Both of you roll perception checks.
Sure. Perception.
So as you both sit down and you kind of say a bit of a code word kind of deal. So Honghuzi, you're sitting at the bar, kind of none the wiser, but Proserpina, you see as that happens, the bartender kind of like sits around and serves some drinks, and then eventually like goes and whispers something to someone, and then that someone kind of walks away to a back room, and then that someone walks back out, and just barely you see someone walking in tandem, so that like if you're not particularly paying attention, you wouldn't notice, because basically there's another person behind them kind of following their profile. And you see this person kind of walk past, and then sitting down next to Honghuzi, you see a very debonair drow man, dressed in the kind of wealth that can only be stolen, and with a kind of large grin on his face. Honghuzi, so good to see you here, as the molehill sits before you.
Yeah.
I thought you would never come back to visit. I know you're a big shot and all, but you have to remember us little people as you get some more famous. And you brought a beautiful friend here as well. Wonderful.
Oh, hi. My name is Proserpina. Hi.
Oh, you may call me the Mohil. It's a pleasure.
Oh, I've heard all about you. It's nice to meet you.
Terrific. Only good things, I am sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, terrific. Now, what can I do for you? Unless this is, of course, for pleasure, not for business. Of course, I am happy to oblige. And you see, kind of just like motions to the bartender, and some very nice like drinks are set before you.
Oh.
I'm like, Honghuzi like eyes them, and he's just.
I'll take both of them. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, there's some.
Is this a conversation that needs to happen in a more private capacity? We are currently sitting in the middle of a very public bar.
Yeah, it's some unpleasant business, and then I'm actually pretty sure Proserpina is gonna want to get to know you better.
All right.
Considering a mutual acquaintance.
Okay. Nice and vague. All right. Something I'm used to, but never grown to big a fan of. All right. As he leads you to his private room in the bar, you assume at this point he has a private room in every bar across maybe the continent, but at least Lindsay. And kind of sits in a well-upholstered like couch, feet up on the table. All right. And then kind of reads the room and puts the feet 1 foot down off the table. So, what's troubling you, my friends?
First, I took an opportunity, an executive opportunity, for some extra acquisitions.
Oh, great! Upward mobility, oui?
Yeah, and
great.
Sadly, did not think to disguise my face beforehand, so. Yeah, I thought it seemed like an easy job, and then it was actually a very easy job. So,
And which city is this? Because
The flying
Not-
one.
Oh, you stole from someone in Chantu?
The rings. I stole a handful.
I mean, that means nothing to me, but
Well, they're all magic. They're all magical. Very magical. And
also you stole. Got it. So let me just make sure you stole magical rings from someone in a place that the giants rule. So you ostensibly probably stole from a giant.
if if it helps, I didn't steal the whoosh ring.
Oh, well, that is going to be fine. That's, in my experience, that is the best defense in court. So, terrific. Oh, so proud of you. Oh boy. So that is a quite big cover up. If you are going to ask me what I think you're going to ask me, the good news for you is that Shantu is very isolated and does not interact much with everyone else. So if you don't go back, it may never come up. Depending on how powerful those rings are. If you stolen the wish one, probably would have come up again.
He kind of like fingers the one on his hand. Looked into this one. You know the move earth spell?
Sure. I'm not a caster myself. Never could kind of get that all agadi together, but sure, I know of it.
Yeah, this one's got it, and a
Oh.
couple others. So I think that's about the caliber of what I lifted.
Definitely, you are as ever a very bold man, Hongyuzi.
Well, at least
And you at least knew what you were stealing, right? Like you knew you were stealing these powerful rings from these individuals.
yeah, it was. I was doing a little bit of quid pro quo. Local broker promised to move attention around for some movement we needed to make.
Great. Good to know.
We had to leave the city.
I would think so. That seems very prudent.
It was unrelated. We weren't supposed to be in the city.
Well, definitely not your. I'm going to break some news to you. I don't think you're welcome back anyway. So there you go. Okay. Well, I can. Not going to lie. Not my very. Not my area of expertise, but I can see what I can do there. But I'm assuming I'm kind of gathering that's not everything that you wanted to talk to me about.
No.
All right.
Gonna be well before we get to what I'm probably gonna be doing for most of the next couple months. Just to get the last the Order of the Wilted Rose. I assume you're familiar.
Whatever.
Well, they've been trying to assassinate my friend here for off and on for months.
Ah.
And I'd like to well, knowing that the late Herring was their leader.
Who is what now?
Yeah, her former husband. That was
This is news to me. Oh, that makes. Oh, okay.
yeah. They still use his name. I'm not certain how many of them know he's dead.
Oh, and he's dead. Okay, good to know.
Well, before he was dead, he was undead and trapped in a room, unable to move.
All right. This is information that I did not have. Before all of that come about, I was going to say you probably do not have to worry much about them. They are not that large. They're a fringe. I would say just a small, essentially little fanatical cult almost. They are just a bunch of people who really, really do not like devils. I've heard every so often that they will go after tiefling, but since that usually then leads to them being arrested and shut down, then it really is very uncommon. Uh, I know there are some. I mean, most places. I know there's some here in Trent, I think.
Well, I think what might complicate Proserpina is uh she's her daughter.
Who's that? There's a
Her
lot of she's out there in the world, especially ones that I know.
Hers. This is her daughter.
The boot that was up on the chair like hits the ground.
I
Hello. All right. I'm going to order another thing to drink. Can I get anyone anything?
oh yeah, I could use another one. Yeah.
Terrific. We're going to. That was quite a sentence. I do not know you to be a liar, especially about important things. None of that makes. Okay. I'm going to go get some drinks, and if I'm going to be entirely honest, I think that we are going to move on in the conversation as far as what was just said.
Okay.
And is going to get up and come back after a solid like 10 minutes with some new drinks and set them down, looking more composed than before. All right, so order will take Rose. Do you need anything from me vis-a-vis them?
For the order, like you mentioned, they're probably a small fanatical cult, but they're also a little bit of a loose end, and to be honest, I think I'd rather wrap them up and maybe see if I can't redirect them, get them working in a more productive sense for more reasonable people.
All right. I could tell you where I know they hang around or try to get a meeting. Is that what you're going for here?
Perhaps. I think that really the only major concern that way is just, if possible, make sure they don't know about her, because I
would just simply not bring her to
Yeah.
any of these kinds of things, and then I think you should be all right.
Yeah.
All right,
And that's about all for them.
All right, I can give you an address. Yeah, like he's just visibly having a difficult time being himself at the moment. But all right, anything else that you are somehow it felt like you are leading up to an even larger ask and thing you are about to be doing. So
Yeah. See, the Gith put us all between a rock and a hard place, and we're gonna be in the Underdark for possibly months, trying to find an artifact.
Oh, good. That sounds very, very fun. I'm very, very jealous.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fantastic.
A lot of people, there's a lot of people who mourn the old country, and everything that there was, but I'm not going to lie. If someone snapped their fingers and made it back to existence, I don't think I would go back.
Yeah, but seeing as I don't exactly have much of a choice in the matter, I was
Of course.
hoping to prevail on your experience, especially since all things considered. You're
To be quite honest, my experience is very, very not good. I can give you some old smuggling lanes that I had. Been doing that for many a year. But other than that, I mean, I know which. Well, I was about to say I know which things not to step on, but it's really anything. If it's not dirt, just don't mess with it.
I can get you a rough map of where we're most likely going to be looking. I'm sure that would help.
Terrific. I can fill in some gaps for you and hopefully cut down on the travel time for you. The less time you spend moving about the wilds and whatever is down there now, the better.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm afraid spent quite a lot of time establishing myself up on the surface, and so my influence and knowledge of the town below is rather thankfully, I say, faded away.
Yeah, and I'm not going to ask you to go back or
Oh, you could not. There's
Yeah.
not enough gold in the world to get me to go back down into the Underdark when I know I'm not allowed. Well, that's never stopped me. But when people of this due diligence and whatever is still down there is out and about. I'm not I can defend myself, but I'm not a fighter. Well, I am a lover and a bit of a self-defense enthusiast.
yeah. And as for the I'm I can
You look like you need a drink. I don't. You look quite stressed.
yeah, he like I do, but it's not.
I wrap my arm around him. Goozy's giving up drinking. If you got something like some juice or something, that'll help take the edge off. But he's having a hard time.
If I
All right.
if I try, it's going to be transmuted into poison, and it if on a good day I can get it down anyway, but it's not good.
All right. My apologies. You
Sorry
see,
about that.
he takes his like glass of wine and just sets it behind his chair, and brews on. As far as supplies, I can supply with some healing potions. I'm also going to hook you up with a few spell scrolls that I found particularly useful. Your party may be able to use them, but it's always good to have some pass without trace scrolls in the Underdark when you're trying to move unseen. It is no good. So anything that will keep you hidden is very good, as well as I have some lanterns. Open flames and bright lights are very bad unless you're trying to blind something briefly to run away. I have some lanterns that are just about the right amount of light. I haven't had to use them in quite a while, but happy to pass them on to you.
Yeah, and yeah, she this is old news, but she got your gift.
Good.
And it's been a bit since I've last been in contact, but she's things are fine. Yeah, things are. You can. Proserpina would like to get to know you because you're. I'm not exactly great with this
Both of you
sort of
make
thing.
insight checks.
Oh,
Proserpina's dice are hot tonight. Yeah, Proserpina, not your existence, but your genealogy appears to be just like a sore subject is not quite what I'm going for. It's like with the 24, you're guessing knowing a bit about their past that maybe children or the lack thereof or something was a bit of a sore subject or a sticking point or something. And so that aspect of getting to know you makes him deeply and profoundly uncomfortable. Um, I would be happy to get to know you better. Of course, a friend of Anguzi is a friend of mine.
No, it's okay. I understand the situation, Goosey. Thank you. We'll be
Oh.
in contact, okay?
Of course.
Let's go. You don't need to be here right now. This is hard for you. I understand, baby.
Yeah.
Kind of realizes he doesn't have goblet wine as he like salutes you, like kind of cheers you, Anguzi. Like both of you, like wishing him both happiness.
Mhm.
Have you talked to her about me to her recently? Or if I come up?
If I'm gonna, I guess just all cards on the table because I really don't want to keep things from you. I don't think that's good or fair. She doesn't bring you up, and I think the reason is she views that as what she needs to do to protect you. And if I, especially with the way my reputation with her currently is, I think trying to bring you up would just make things worse for both of us.
It probably would, to be quite honest. It helps you'd said something, but the fact that you've not brought me up is probably a very, very smart move.
But yeah, that's
But a
the
lot to
only.
think about. Thank you both. I'm happy to help how I can. Yes. With that 24 insight rolling over, like this is a person who deeply and profoundly misses Lady Harine. Has for years, probably. Just come back in a few days. Actually, takes out a piece of parchment and writes down address. Kind of holds it out to you, Hongzi.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll probably find the local withdrawals. Again, some most places, not too many, not all of them, but a decent amount here, Hongzi, and just all those religious folks here. So just keep an eye out, and if you're looking to find them or find some trouble, that's where you find it. Come back in a few days. I'll have everything I mentioned for you.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, and
Of course.
stay
Anything
safe.
else, let me know. You as well. I mean, I'm I'm doing just fine. I'm not in much danger, I don't think. But you all need to keep your eyes on you. All right.
Oh, a very last thing. Town near. Let me let me open up the map real quick so I can
Are
remember
we
this
talking about
name.
Bronze Hill, the Slod place, or
Shun. I believe Shun 2 because that was the
Shantu?
place that was overrun.
Shantu's the giant. No, Bronze Hill.
Oh, Bronze. Okay.
So Bronze Hill was the town you came on after the Underdark, and then there's River's End was the town that the deal was made and was also where the like mayor was actually a Salad.
River's End. River's End. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rivers. This probably won't be relevant for a few months, but you should probably know if you don't already. The mayor of Rivers End is a slot, and possibly most of the town.
Right, I kind of know what that means, but I will let people who definitely know what that means get that taken care of.
The demons, they can infect you by touch.
All right, that's very good and scary. I'm not a fan of that at all. All right, great. And also, slight correction that is not the town where the deal was made. That was a separate town. But yes, great. All right, you got it. And plenty to think about and do. Of course, always let me know if there's anything you need me to do. And see you in a few days.
In a few days.
Terrific. And we will cut back out. I'm sure Throck will have fun, Hunguzi will have fun things to do with that address he was given. But first, we'll come back to Throck. As you approach, you see a few a couple, like a good number of miles out from the edge of the swamp. You see a like little cave system with like a little river coming out of it, like not a river, like a creek coming out of it, with some crocodilian and other lizard folk sitting outside of it.
I Throck kind of hesitantly walks up to them. Hey.
Hey.
Biggest in water.
Points.
Throck kind of pushes past people because they don't really get out of the way.
No.
You just kind of.
As you finish that full conversation by lizard folk standards, biggest in water stands up. Greetings.
I have talked to the one that gave us our task, and he like shows the symbol. The one who showed us the way and gave us purpose. For now, the dragon might not be the best thing.
This seems very true.
You and everyone else would need to hide and keep safe. I am going to the Underdark. The below.
Doesn't sound nice.
This
cave's too deep. Not enough water.
Not enough food. I need a lot of food.
This, pointing at your symbol, that's for the Komodo.
Where are they?
We were all separated. Komodo and lizard folk went one way with the city. They were near it. We, pointing around, it's mostly, the more iguana-like and crocodilian that are generally on the outside in the waters of your bog. Like, we got away faster. Some of the Chameleos gecko came with. Some went with the city. The Komodos went opposite way. Haven't been able to find.
And then that's first. The clan must become one.
They would know what this history would be. Not for crocodilians.
No. And tomorrow, us, everyone, will travel and we will find them. Or what's left of them.
How long until you go deep below?
7 sons. We must start soon.
Swamp is large. 7 sons is not a long time.
No, you must continue without me.
Kind of looks at the symbol you've kind of shown him. And as he does, you see it glows for a moment. And one of the stones on the ground begins to also glow. And the same symbol appears. And you hear in your mind, "Listen, love, I'm sure you would love to go traipsing about your ruined home, but obviously your companions need you, and we can't have you here all the time. This should help guide this one and all of that. Not the same as the one you have, but it'll do in a pinch."
And the rock just goes to the ground and picks up the rock. Here, this is yours, biggest in water. Lead them. This will help you.
I will do this.
I must go. Cerberus has asked me to go. I must connect with the group I was with. And we must continue doing his work. And we will become strong again.
Yes. Dragon is large, but without surprise, we shall take it. Many feasts.
Yes. Before I go.
Yes.
Yes. Now.
Yes.
Yes.
As Throck spends some time feasting. We're gonna go back. Hung Huzi.
Yes.
What are you doing with that address, buddy?
Yeah. Once they found like inn or something. I'm sure Anja probably had that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's gonna.
Anja and Proserpina meet up for some drinks and friend time.
Like, yeah, he's going to armor up a little bit, and he's gonna head out.
Yep. Go ahead and roll me just an initial stealth check. And so you're going to need a stealth and perception. You can give one disadvantage to give one advantage if you like.
I think I'm going to roll them both straight.
All right.
Okay, so stealth first. And perception.
Okay. Any audience things before I talk about resolutions?
Looks like no.
All right. As a reminder, audience, when Obi rolls like that, which is a 13 for stealth, if you donate or sub or give bits, you can give rerolls and stuff. But for now, 13 stealth at 13th level. You got it. One for each level. So as you walk up, you see the address is essentially looks like an old church, like a small church to Paler that was probably built when this town was first founded and is such since been like abandoned and no longer for use, and is now essentially like a part of a large warehouse. Like all it really is it's like a large warehouse type building with like a steeple and like an old defunct like bell tower on it, no longer in use. Um, you see standing in front there is a half ogre, so about 8 foot tall individual, like really dark, tannish brown, almost leathery skin, wearing kind of like pretty ill-fitting, kind of scraps of metal armor made into proper armament, but it's also standing out into the city streets, so nothing really that looks like they're a town guard or anything, because that's not how cities work. But yeah, how would you want to kind of approach this place?
Okay, so like yeah, after having a look around, like he's gonna like he's a criminal. He knows how to approach, like how to calmly approach houses of less than sterling reputation,
Of course.
and he's going to be approaching like he is like basically like he's on business, like he's a representative for somebody.
Great. Yeah, as you kind of walk with this air of importance, roll me either persuasion or I would say either deception or performance here. Let's see how this goes.
I'm going to go with performance.
Great.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Do you even say anything as you walk up to this half ogre? Like, what do you do?
He's just like he's gonna look up at him, and look him over, nod once, and then keep going.
And they kind of like nod back, seeming very eager to nod at this very like heavily armored and armed individual who's walking with heavy importance. As you just walk in, you see the kind of former chapel. On the inside, this chapel, while there are these very clearly after the fact added in like large bay doors to go into the more warehouse section, has been like thoroughly renovated. You see there are brand new like pews and altars set up. However, in the place of the symbol of Palor, you see in this circle, in these circular sets, wilted roses depicted. Standing at an altar, you see, make a this is going to be a religion check.
Probably.
All right. So you see an individual who looks human, at the very least, although their hair is fairly white, like pretty stark white, although they don't look very old. So it might just be maybe it's dyed or something. In full paladin arraignment, so like a plate mail set of armor with the Order of the Wilted Rose, like a cape on them with and then looks like a flail on their hip, kind of stand up from a meditative prayer and turn around this non-binary human looking individual. Can I help you?
I'm gonna assume you're in charge here, particularly.
Takes some steps forward. Roll. Let's see how well you can keep this going. Roll another performance check.
Okay.
How much higher DC than the half ogre? Okay. You Make a perception check with that.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Okay. So as you see they step forward, they kind of do just like the slightest taps on a part of like the stone kind of altar like dais part of the shrine, which you can tell is probably some kind of signal. Like there's probably either a magical or mundane thing that is gonna have like a, like the button underneath the desk of the bank, just left like, hey, something might be going on. I am again. Can I help you?
I've got a lot. I've got a fair bit to tell you, and a request. This isn't. And he motions with like the same hand that because I assume like the guy like did the taps with his hand, like the same hand he used to like do those taps with. Like this isn't some kind of. I'm not here to cause trouble. Like I'm here specifically to try and prevent it.
I think you need to start explaining things really quickly here.
Right. So, I'm sure you're aware your order's fairly old. It's been around for a long time. Yes.
The order has seen a resurgence recently, but yes.
Yeah. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I happen to have some connection with its origin, particularly Resta.
Immediately, a combination of curiosity and tension up and down this individual.
And I'm like, and is this something you would prefer to discuss in private?
No, quite the opposite. In fact, as you see, like 4 more orders of the Wilted Rose step in. Please enlighten me.
Right. I do not know precisely who your Resta is, but the first Resta.
Saint Resta, by the way. Please.
All right. Saint. But Saint Resta was he is gone now. He needed to be laid to rest.
Forgive me. You're seeming to tell me that you killed a saint. Is that what I'm hearing, or is this a misunderstanding?
I am telling you that I found Resta in the Underdark, undead.
I need you to just roll like a persuasion check, because like you are saying things to them that are not.
This I will burn my natural 20 on.
Okay. And what foul corruption would be powerful enough to bring low such a holy figure?
That I am not certain. Until a few weeks ago, I was also able to retrieve his personal diary, which I'll ask one more time. Are you sure you don't want to have this conversation in private? Because it's not going to get less upsetting.
Before I answer that, we're not the most public of orders. How did you come to know of us in Resta, then, of the saint?
You make a habit of going after the odd tiefling I'd presume due to the nature of their origin. And you were going after a particular tiefling I would very much not like to see dead. She's a good kid. It's not her fault.
See, they stand up to their like full height. They realize like they were pretty tense, and now they stand up, kind of commanding their full physicality. So you come here because you are defending the spawn of some of the most evil beings that exist. Yes? And then
Defending
you
a child who had no more say in their parentage than you or I.
and yet they bear the marks of their corruption, willing or not. Pray tell, does that spawn have a name?
I would rather not jog your memory at this time. Besides,
You might understand what that would come off as, though.
I do. This isn't my first time negotiating. And we do have a lot to discuss, not the least of which are, again, some very upsetting details regarding St. Resta that I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure you don't want to talk about in private?
I would like you to make a charisma save.
Okay. Charisma. Ooh, that's not great.
You are affected by the Zone of Truth spell. How did you come to know of our order?
You tried to kill the tiefling I've been assigned to protect.
So, to my understanding, you've slain members of our order, correct?
Probably.
You're in a zone of truth that feels a little.
He doesn't know for absolutely certain.
I would spell.
And also to be absolutely honest, that particular fight, I don't think I was there.
You did in the Underdark, though. You did definitely help kill some of those undead, which were wearing. So, in a technicality, you would. In the broadness of that answer. So there are ways. There are ways to wiggle around that, though.
Will I be able to like go back?
Yeah, go ahead. Rewind.
Yeah. The only members of the Order of the Wilted Rose I have ever killed, at least to my knowledge, had nothing to do with that.
But you have then slain members of our order.
They were undead.
Make another persuasion check, I'm going to say.
Dice. Not great. Not great.
Tell me then, while you are underneath forced truth, why we should not, at the very least, smite you down for the sin of protecting one influenced by evil. Why? Tell me, let me simplify it further. Tell me how you are not an ally to the Infernal and rather an ally to the Order.
Well, one thing, a now deceased Paladin of Ares, whom I happen to count as one of the very few friends I have made, considered it a point of principle that no matter what, the Order of the Wilted Rose should not be attacked or destroyed. That, at least as I understood him, he believed you were essential to keeping the world safe from the Gith.
And you share this sentiment?
He wasn't one to lie about that kind of thing. And I doubt, and given that was related to a vision he received from his god, I don't doubt its veracity. Therefore, I'm here now because I want to figure out terms. And considering what I understand of your order, there are things you don't know that you would perhaps like to.
Make another persuasion check. I'm gonna say the quality of your speeches is getting rid of a disadvantage I would be giving you at this time.
Better.
Better. You're a strange person. You say you have a revelation about the saint.
So, I do not know what gods you follow, if gods are what you follow. And I was not able to determine what gods your saint followed. I'm a half drow, and he was full, and on the circumstances, he was not that interested. He was quite commanding, but he was not especially interested in talking about himself very much.
We do not follow gods. We follow our purpose. We swear our oaths to the destruction, the final destruction of all that is infernal, that which infests the hells and the abyss. From the smallest seed of corruption to the largest source.
I see. Well,
so you might understand why someone who suffers and abides the existence of one such small seed of that corruption might not be someone we indeed also like to suffer.
I understand the implicit threat.
Good.
Now,
I would hate to think you are unobservant in addition to being a fool. Please continue.
Sure. Well, anyway, this fool did find his diary, and reading through it, to him, the order at least at first, was a tool. A tool for his family to gain and exert influence upon the surface. Because that family did not have a lot of influence in Underdark society. But power is power. However, it's gained.
So I need you to make a persuasion check to get away with what you are implying about the saint of a fanatical holy order.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to feel some real Catholicism bullshit right now. Like...
So if you could just give me that
And
persuasion
click.
check.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Okay. So there is a moment of silence as what you say kind of is processed by the 5 order members standing before you all. And you see the leader who you've been talking to very clearly is in charge here. I don't know what you found, infidel, but whatever it is, I can ask your corpse. So I would like you to exclusively roll initiative.
Did I hold on to your thing? No, I didn't. Just this.
Are we about to lose our boy in the first episode? Are we about to lose him?
Everything will be fine.
Take him, I love.
Okay, there we go. That should have sent to the tracker.
We got, oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. Hopefully this won't need the tracker too much, but yes.
Sure.
Good,
Let
good,
me
good.
replace the number.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But that's not it. There we go.
Great. Let me just roll some. Let me just roll. I'll roll some face-up ones here. So this will be for the leader. That's a natural 20, and then we have 4 other members. So a natural 1. And then we're just seeing how many is going to really basically go before you. Cool. So 4 out of 5 will be going before you of the order members. So the leader is going to pull out their flail, cast a spell, and take a swing on you. Okay. So that will be a 20 dirty to hit.
Then it is time for the counter.
Great.
Let's roll that attack. Not going to be using great weapon, because that is plate armor.
Sure is. Okay.
The fire damage is not happening because I did not have a bonus action.
But that is 13 slashing damage, so that will hit. A 23 will hit. Not by a ton, but it will hit. So takes the 13 damage, and then remind me, does he lose the attack?
Concentration check against the DC, as if like
great
normal damage.
So this is with a plus. This is with a plus 8 because of paladin auras. So 16 will make it.
Yep. And then if they make it, the attack resolves as normal.
Great. So you will take a total of only 11 bludgeoning damage, and then I need a con save from you.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay. Good, good. So you are blind as they cast Blinding Smite on their weapon. I believe you also take some more damage. Let me just take a quick peek. And that means that their second attack will be an advantage. Um, Blinding Smite. Here we go. 3d8 radiant damage. Great. All right. So that'll be an extra 12 radiant damage. Also, we're gonna switch the music up a little bit here. I think we'll play a track called Endgame. That seems fitting. Great. Awesome. So then second attack with advantage will be, yeah, that's a 22. So another 12 points of bludgeoning damage, as well as we'll put in 21 radiant damage into you.
So 33 points of damage total.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So that's their turn for now. Action, bonus action taken care of. Then we have 3 other members. So they will all take their 2 attacks against you. So what's your armor class currently? Basically?
19.
19? Okay. So first one misses twice, actually. It really didn't roll well. Second one, here, I'm just going to roll. Okay, so we have 5 out of 8 attacks hitting total. With advantage. You are still pretty hard to hit, not gonna lie. So that will be then 5. So 38 total bludgeoning damage, as well as 20 radiant damage.
That'll do it. Only had 52 left.
Hold on. Let me. Math. You have 52 left, right?
Yes.
No, sorry. I rolled it in bulk. It is total 50 damage.
Oh, okay.
From the 4 from the 4 going after you. Next up, Amara, you've been trailing Honghuzi for a bit now. What do you do in reaction to all this, knowing that he's probably near death?
Just a sigh and a couple of muttering of some curses, and it is time to go do something about this, or at least try. So I think first thing first, I can see inside. Are there windows?
Okay. Also, you've been like watching this kind of go on here.
Okay. Then Honghuzi, you're gonna hear familiar voice in your head. Close your eyes as I cast.
He's blind.
Oh,
he's currently blinded.
I'll do it. Like, for whatever it's worth, he'll do it.
As the like radiant vision like completely covering Honghuzi's eyes anyway, we then see it also them close.
Yes.
And then I will cast Hypnotic Pattern into the room, which that is your spell, I think. Yeah. There we go.
All right. What's your DC for that?
I will tell you in a second. That is a 17.
Okay. Wow. 1 Order of the Wilted Rose member passes. I rolled a 3, a natural 1, a natural 8, a natural 7, and then a 17.
Of all the guys to pass this
So like one of the ones who's already attacked passes the save, and that's it. Not the leader does not. So that's action.
Okay,
and briefly as well, could you describe the individual who the camera pans to as you cast this spell? Tell me, we see the individual, we see the magic leave, and then we'll describe what it looks like.
So you see a slight build girl. She's I wouldn't describe her as small. You can tell she's bulky in the way she's got muscle on her. But dexterous muscle, I guess would be the best way to put it. But lithe. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. She's covered in a cloak, and she actually has a mask pulled up over her nose at the moment, so it's just her eyes, and her cloak is covering most of her hair, so you can't really see. And honestly, she's pretty gender neutral at looking at her.
Great.
But she's not tall, but she's a human. And she carries no visible weapons on her except for a staff on her back.
Great. And first of all, what color of eyes do we see flash beneath the hood as you cast the spell?
So
I'm
one
curious.
is just normal. The other is green. She has
Normal
one-
color.
She has one blue eye. Sorry, one blue eye and one green eye. My bad. My brain.
You're good. You're good. I'm just giving you a hard time. So a blue and a green.
Yeah, blue and a
Great.
green, and the green flashes when she casts.
Awesome.
that
So
spell.
what does it look like as you cast this spell, incapacitating all but one of these individuals?
So she reaches out with her staff over her, pointing out the like out like that, and there's just a rip for a second, and it's a single eye that is a mirror of the eye of hers that flashed, and it kind of just does like an eye open, and then everyone's just kind of what the hell
Yeah, as
happened?
there's like a as like
Yeah.
this illusory green emerald eye appears in the center of all these figures, and you see 4 of the 5 Order of the Wilted Rose members. The camera does, not you. You see their eyes turn the exact shade of green as they just stand there limp, staring at the eye, and one of them manages to avert their gaze. You see like their eyes glint this like deep green, like is it like a what shade of emerald or like green, sorry,
like bright,
bright, yeah,
it's
as like
incandescent
like,
almost.
the incandescent green like briefly
Yeah.
flashes over their eyes, but they manage to look away. So amazing, great
Yeah.
action taken care of. Bonus action movement, what you got?
Yeah, bonus action. She's going to dash up past the ogre. Try with a I can never remember the name of the ability, but the one that makes it so you don't take opportunity attacks.
Disengage.
Disengage.
Disengage. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bonus
disengage.
action, disengage,
Yeah.
easy.
Bonus
That's
action,
probably easy to
disengage,
take
and
back.
run in.
Um,
Like, let's go.
amazing.
But they hear nothing because it's just telepathic.
Ooh,
Okay,
so in
a
your
question.
mind, Hung Huzi. Yes.
Yeah, you don't hear any
Okay,
voice.
Can he respond in kind?
No. It is a.
Um,
You've never heard her speak. She only speaks with telepathy, but she expects verbal response back. 'Cause most
Okay.
people can't do that.
So I assume it's my turn now.
Yes.
So yeah, you hear him say, in this city, you should know which bar to meet me, and then he's going to cast Etherealness.
Yep.
Great. Are you so you cast etherealness with your armor?
Yes.
Are you gonna stay in place because you are still blind?
No, he's going to, like, based on where he remembers his positioning was, he's going to like move. He's going to move out. He's gonna like move out that way, like based on where he remembers the entrance was. He's gonna
Okay.
move out that way.
Make just a base intelligence check to make sure you can keep your bearing straight because you are, magically blinded
Of course.
and ethereal, which is fun.
Brilliant.
I'm Goose.
So you didn't roll a natural one, so you didn't there didn't happen to be a section of ethereal plane that had been torn out that you walked into. So that's great, awesome, because that would have been something. So yeah, you get 30 feet. I'll say you basically get to like the end, like right on the other side, on the other side of the door from the ogre. So like you're almost outside of the building now. Go ahead and roll another Constitution save.
Okay. 15.
I'll say do it with advantage because they are currently basically stunned.
Okay.
Because it's more
Yeah.
fun.
Well, let me just. Ooh, not good. That's good.
All right. All right. So you are. Actually, I would say, with the stun effect, I'm gonna just have it drop because it is no, it's not concentration. It's just a stun. Oh well, you don't see what's going on then. So you are still blind. Great. The one who is still conscious doesn't recognize you is going to just shake the leader out of it, kind of recognizing the spell because they can take their action to shake someone out of the spell, I believe. Yep. So that's going to be basically all the people inside
I
go.
think it requires damage actually.
No, you can do
Or
it.
is
You can
it
do it with an
shaking
action.
it?
Mhm.
You can do it
It's
with
a
an
Someone else
it's like
uses
their
an
whole
action,
action,
right.
and because of how the initiative works, they don't then get their turn, the leader, but they
Yeah.
are shaken out. One thing you do notice, Amara, is that while they obviously see you as an intruder, you see them look towards like the entrance to the chamber where there is no one, and like narrow their eyes. The leader does. None of the other people, not the other person doesn't.
Yeah, and I'm gonna assume what that means.
Yeah,
because I saw him go all ghosty, and I've had my fair share of magic shenanigans.
Great. So it's gonna be back to you, Amara.
Yeah, well, I guess he's gonna need an extra distraction.
Maybe.
I've got a lot of saves, which I know is not good against paladins. It's what most of my abilities do. I fuck with people's brains.
Might be a risk then. Who knows? Oh no, a risk.
Oh.
Ooh, no.
Okay, well, I guess a distraction is in order. So her staff, she's going to, she's gonna take her staff and kind of just set it like in front of her, and as she lets go of it, it slowly transforms into a giant python, because that's the item she has.
Awesome. Great. I'll say that Python can just act at the end of your turn. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that Python's going to try and grapple the leader. Yeah. Great. So go ahead and make a strength check as your Python.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to get it out. No. It's a giant constrictor snake is what the thing is, I believe.
No problem. I think I'm pretty sure it's like a +4, I want to say.
Yeah.
It is a +6. So roll +6.
Fantastic.
Basically it's kind of attack.
Can I roll it from here? No. Damn it.
You can just roll a d20 or slash
I was
R,
gonna
d20
I was
+6,
gonna see if I could click it from the sheet, but I think I'd have to make one.
Gotcha.
Not very good.
Not very good. No. So the snake is all up in this person's grill, but they are not grappled right now. However, as it comes, so actually, Honghuzi, it is now your turn technically again. So where would you like to do? Just continue running ethereally, or?
Yeah, he's. Okay, given that the blindness isn't going away and he's not about to go for pathfinding, but while ethereal, he can move through walls, and that is useful. So instead, he's just going to dash and keep running straight on.
Great. Roll just a d20 and don't get a nat 1. Yes.
I had wanted to do another thing on my turn.
Oh, great. So sorry. What's up? What you got? I forgot you can do everything, like all your actions. So what you got?
I have an action for everything, sir.
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah. Rogues and lots of multiclassing.
Nice. Bonus action.
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action Misty Step, actually. Straight out. Actually, how tall was this building? Was it
you have to be able to see it for Misty Step.
Oh, that's right. You actually have to be able to see.
As a reminder.
I always forget.
I
know. You sure do. So you can teleport outside the window.
Yeah, I teleport out the window.
Okay.
Every other.
I would laugh so hard if that led to another character death.
Oh, it would.
I can't wait.
It's going to.
Okay, great. So yes, you teleport and outside the window.
So, and run back the way I came. Or I could take no, I can't take a stealth check because no actions left.
You cannot. So, Honghuzi, I need you to just roll me a d20. Okay, great. No natural 1. So you're good in the ethereal plane. No problems. Amazing. So the leader is going to rush after Honghuzi, but that does mean it provokes they provoke an attack of opportunity from the snake.
Danger Doodle.
And that is going to be a grapple again. So just the same thing.
6.
No, not 2. I know how to type.
Sure.
Ooh.
Of course you do.
23 to hit.
That will again hit. So as they attempt to get away, it's not technically Sentinel. It's just that when giant constrictor snakes hit someone, they grapple them. Yeah. So they are grappled.
Oh, it also deals damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
gave you the stat sheet actually. If you
Yeah,
look
I
in
see that now.
Look at me.
Yes, that is its name now. Wherever the button is.
You just click the constrict attack, and then
Ah.
it will should let you roll the damage if you hit the attack where it says attack probably.
Thank you,
So
sir.
just okay. So yeah,
Whew.
18 bludgeoning, not really a drop in the bucket for
No.
a high level paladin, but the more important thing, they are grappled and restrained. So with that, I think that we can. I mean, Honghuzi is ethereal and has a head start on this person, and you are a rogue with cunning action and high stealth. So the only thing I'm going to say is, what do you do about the snake? Because if it dies, then I believe it
Yes.
is gone. So
it's going to, on its turn,
Mhm.
let go of the grapple and go out the same window, a bit more explosive,
Mhm.
and then hide itself in a spot where I can come back and find it later, and it'll turn back
So-
into its staff.
just to make sure I get the visual picture right, a huge sized creature, this giant constrictor snake, is going to crash out the side of a defunct church and then
Yeah,
hide in the alleys of the street, just to make sure.
It can turn it. Oh wait, I have to turn it back into the staff.
Correct.
It doesn't turn back by itself.
So
Well, it comes
here's
out
what I
on
would
my-
say. If
after
you
my
would
turn,
like
right?
to basically try to just like, as it crashes out, grab it, turn it into a staff and run,
That would be better.
make
Yeah.
a stealth check
Yeah.
to try and get away with that.
Just let me scroll through my spells so I can get back to the button. Where is the button? There's the button.
Or
Because they also have to spend some time waking everyone up.
Yeah.
So it's really just the leader
Give me
that
a
you
roll at
are.
advantage, but 21 for stealth.
I mean, we just always take the left if it's
Yeah.
like that. So you're really just rolling against the leader, and they roll a natural 9. So
Okay.
as the snake crashes out the side of this outside the side of this church, fully not able to really hide anywhere effectively, you essentially rush down and just kind of tap it on the head as it turns back into a staff. You sling it back on your back and then just like do a dope ass flip into an alleyway, and you are
Oh yeah.
gone.
Just
Fucking
vanished.
dangerous.
And I'll go to
Amazing.
what bar? I don't know bars around. Well, she does. I don't.
Yeah. So
But-
since we have like talked a little bit about like their prior association, she should
Yeah.
know that means the crime one.
Yeah. Okay.
But
And then that
before we
one.
go to that bar, there's a scene we've been sitting on for a bit, which is back at a less shady bar, Andrea and Proserpina having drinks. As Proserpina was dropped off before this very, very dangerous suicide mission.
Oh, hi. Hi. Where's Honghuzi? Like, it's really weird for him to leave you alone. And with me, he left you alone with me. Is everything okay?
He's decided he's going to do something stupid. We talked to my dad. That went about as well as I expected it to originally. He asked the Molehill for the address of the Wilted Rose, and so he went to talk to him.
Anja sins.
Honghuzi,
Honghuzi! Proserpina says you're doing dumb things!
I thought
given
I would like to
that
I would like to be
Honghuzi
this is after
is on a
you
different
guys-
plane.
Yeah.
actually, I was also going to say this is probably the timeline where he's now inside the church, and it is sanctumed, and so the sending wouldn't even go through.
And like I just noticed and I'm like, oh no.
So that means you also can't scry on him right now.
He's in so much trouble and
I should have. You know what?
do you
I
want
should
to
have
go?
gone with him. No,
Should we
I'm
go?
gonna go.
Let's
I'm
go.
going. Let's go. Let's go.
And what Anja will do, because this is a smart thing and Anja's the smartest person here. she is going to cast True Sight on herself, so that if there is a ghostly figure, she'll be able to fucking see it.
As we will just fast forward to, you see a very heavily injured Hong Huzi ethereally running into a shady bar, into the bathroom, and then a non-ethereal Hong Huzi
I'm just
stepping
gonna
out.
look at like he's in there. Like he doesn't look great.
Going in. I'm going in.
But let's go.
Again,
Let's
like
give
Hong
him a
Huzi, like-
piece of our mind.
And then Amara, you come in whenever it's funniest.
Yeah, like honestly, like he sits down. Oh,
As soon as he's not ethereal, he's getting glomped. I'm gonna shove a healing potion into his mouth.
Glopped? What is this, 2007?
Hopefully not for more than 2 hit points of damage, because that's all he's got right now, I think.
yeah, like, yeah, that's all he's got, and like yeah, like contact, like ugh. So like he's falling out
Yeah,
of the chair.
drink this.
Like,
Drink this. Drink this. Drink this.
Just shoves a fucking
Sure,
potion
man.
down his throat. Like,
And so yeah, I'm gonna roll a 2d4 plus 2.
did you seriously go deal with them without backup? What the fuck is wrong with you? We're just trying to save the world. We can't lose another one of you. You honestly think that
Wait.
initially I like look across I like point at the
Wait,
two
your
of
eyes.
us.
Goosey. Your eyes.
What eyes?
How
What?
many fingers am I holding up?
Okay, I understand. You're very unhappy right now.
This is what Amara wants to do.
Yeah. Amara walks in. I was gonna have her walk in when she says, "There's no backup." What was I?
Who the fuck are you?
Hey,
Backup, obviously.
hey, this is Amara. We had everything under control.
Yeah. He needed his butt saving. I happened to be in the right place at the right time. Not the first time.
One.
Party foul.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. thanks.
I'm gonna use my potion slot
I am
Just as
Amara,
she
by
freezes.
the way.
today.
Awesome.
Give me a few moments. I gotta make something. Yeah. I am going to make a curative oil.
Amazing. What does that mean?
Well, that
I
means
don't know.
Mhm.
that my mother, Hongkuzi's employer, taught me how, among other things, to make this wonderful little potion that cures diseases, petrification, poisons, paralysis. Ah, shite, it doesn't cure blindness.
The blindness, I'm gonna say at this point, is also gone. I will, because it only lasts. It lasts until he succeeds a con save, and he's been running for a bit. So I'm just gonna say,
Okay, just making sure.
Sooner or later.
yeah, sooner or later. But yes, I did realize just now that I was now years old when I realized I hadn't said he was no longer blind.
Hello, cat. Amara. I'm gonna like
Yes.
lean in on her. She has a mask on, right?
Oh, she's pulled it down now. She's in the bar.
I'm just gonna lean in and just like do this thing where I'm like looking at her. Did you take physics with me?
What college did you go to?
The wizard one in Mall Shop. Like the
Probably I was
gravity-
in physics.
I think we went to class together. Hi, cat. She's touching my hand. She's being cute. She wants to leave.
I am Amara Widdershins. Nice to meet you all.
Oh.
And speaking of Hong Huzi's employer, Hong Huzi. That's why I'm here. Why I was tailing you.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm here to, I don't know if replace is the right word. I think assist you as Proserpina's bodyguard.
She would say
But-
replace. She would say replace, but she probably didn't because that's not her habit.
Yeah. That's why I'm here. So
Yeah,
deal
that's-
with me, I guess.
Oh.
That's probably. I might be indignant, but right now I'm just very sore, and
Time for indignancy later, I think.
All that matters is that you're still alive, Goosey.
And
Yeah.
you must be Proserpina, I'm assuming, yes? She froze.
And of course, my internet connection is unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Well, nice to meet you. I guess I'm your second bodyguard, courtesy of your mother.
We're gonna get you some rest.
Take him, I guess.
Yeah, I got 2 bodyguards.
Sorry.
I'm gonna hold on, Goosey. I'm gonna take care of this one. He needs some help.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's it.
I was told also I needed to speak with an Anja.
Hi, that's me.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
The only other person here. Wow, fantastic to meet you too.
Sorry, I'm kind of here. I'm just doing my job. This is what I get paid for.
Okay.
It's fine. She's good people.
Yeah, Hung Hoosier remembers
Trust me. On this. Listen, I understand my credibility has got to take a hit.
You know what? She saved your life, so
She saved your life, so she's probably good people.
These are my only friends, so and Throck too. He's just not here. I don't know if he thinks I'm his friend, but hi, you want a shot?
I don't drink, actually. Thank you anyway.
Are you? Did she do the same thing to you?
No, she's just that's just how she is. It's kind of weird. I don't get it.
That is very strange. Did you? Okay, well then.
Also, by the way,
like some milk?
No, thank you. I've already had drink. But by the way, I'd just like to point out, you have not heard her speak, and her lips have not moved this entire time.
Oh, she's a wizard.
Yeah.
So, some wizards are capital E eccentric.
Yeah, it's like, do you have a? Well, Anja's not gonna ask yet. Well, okay, well.
Yeah.
Here
Consider
I am.
me at your service. But Anja, I was told to ask you how everything was going with the whole doing the thing in, I can't remember the name of it right now, the ruins,
doing
Pentar.
the thing in the ruins? The thing in
Yeah.
the ruins that she
How that
wants
went.
to know? Oh, not good.
Not good.
No.
Explain?
There were consequences.
Yeah, we gotta go to the Underdark and we gotta do some stuff for this crazy ass lady, Lich lady, and if we do that, things will get better. If we don't, it's just gonna get a lot worse.
Well, I guess you have me to help with that if you need.
Sure.
Proserpina is going to be coming, so I don't think you have much of a choice in the matter.
Well, obviously. I figured she would be going, seeing as she's traveling with you.
I
Correct
am
me
a
if
little
I'm
bit
wrong.
quiet, sorry. My volume was turned down really low because I scream. Cool. That sounds good. Cool. Well, you'll be very useful because you don't speak with your mouth. And we shouldn't be making noise down there. I should learn a thing or two from you.
I can't speak, so.
Oh.
Well, I haven't in such a long time. I don't know if it would work.
I mean.
It's probably just a little bit raspy.
Let's not find out, shall we?
Okay. I'm not. You know what? That's your business. I'm going into a little not Anja there for a second. Hold on. So she's like, okay, well, I guess welcome to the team.
Yeah, this is not my first choice of assignment, but I kind of owed her a favor.
Well, you're not our first choice of people that wants to be here, so.
I didn't know you were still traveling when she mentioned it the first time. When I agreed to it the first time. If I had known you were traveling, I might not have been quite as hesitant and not owed her a favor. But.
Yeah, well, we all kind of end up in that boat every now and then. you know.
So what is it we're doing in the Underdark?
Oh, we're
I've
just
not been
gonna
informed of
we're
anything.
just gonna go get an artifact.
Oh, cool. Treasure hunting.
Yeah, we're going on a treasure hunt. That's exactly what's happening. And as soon as we go down and I kind of motion at the sky, apparently that's all supposed to not really be hanging out.
Oh, I guess that's a problem for some of you.
But I mean, I don't know if the whole thing with the with the thing that you just asked me about, if that happens again, the world ends. So I think that's a problem for most of us.
The planes were being separated.
Yeah, that's a problem for most of us. Yeah, it's some high stakes that you're getting involved, and you know what? I can't promise that you'll be okay, because I'm just gonna tell you something right now. I am not okay right now.
Let me guess. A death?
Lots of things, but that started it. But just in general, I'm not okay.
I heard a friend of mine recently died as well. So
Okay.
apparently eaten. Interesting to me. Doesn't seem like the long story.
Oh.
Was he eaten in front of the entrance to the Underdark?
I don't know. All Hareen told me is that he was eaten.
Oh, Hareen told you. Was he big and tall and handsome and gloomy and a Bogmar by any chance?
Are you one of his exes?
Oh God.
I don't. First of all, I'm not answering that question.
And all of a sudden,
Second
you
of
just
all,
feel this presence of maybe you should answer that question.
well, second of all, I don't exactly swing anyway.
Okay.
So
That would explain a lot.
yeah, gives you a dirty look.
he just kind of looks away.
But swinging's fun. We did it all the time as kids.
Oh, swinging is fun as adults too.
He coughs like very, very like.
Oh,
Everyone just looks around, assuming you're choking on like a chicken bone or something.
He was also our friend. He was with us when he got eaten.
Oh.
He was my brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're the person he was talking about at the funeral. I understand more now. And I am slightly less hesitant about traveling with this party.
She gets around places, don't ask. It's fine.
Well, any friend of his is a friend of mine as far as I'm concerned. And a lot more trustworthy in my eyes.
Well, he trusted me with a lot of things. You know what? I should introduce you to his shield.
I do not even want to know. I've seen some of the things he's tried in the past, and I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do it because it's funny, and I could use a laugh because I'm not okay right now.
Well, let me just say this. This isn't the first iteration of this staff.
Oh, okay.
He tried his hand the first time. He was not good.
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that you knew Alex and Hunghuzi, and you're connected to Hareen? It's almost like fate brought us together. I am so tired. And
or it's a small world.
And a little drunk. And it was and I'm just gonna stop for a second. I'm gonna look at Hunghuzi. It's like, I was scared that you were going to die. You're not allowed to do that right now. I don't know if you know that. Like, the boss said no.
A raised eyebrow.
And I second that.
You see like Hunghuzi like blink one eye and then the other.
Yeah, and I think the camera just pans in the way Hunghuzi would not like on a bead of sweat pouring on his brow.
So much big drow energy in one room right now. It's not even okay.
And
I would like to say there's an Amaro will remember that.
Yeah. and we kind of fade out as you all now go to sleep. One person near death, and all of that, waking up in the next morning, getting ready to meet back up with Throck and Lindum. because you know
Mhm.
that was the time you all had set up,
Yeah.
and he would
And-
be entirely lost if you don't actually show up.
I would probably send to Throck before I go to bed because I definitely have another one.
Yeah.
And let him know that it might be another day, just so that. Thank you, Indy, for the sub. Just so that for the runes, because it said it
Well,
was
that was
good.
a couple days that they needed
Oh, okay. You
anyway.
said
So
when I hear a couple, I hear two, and I heard
Mm.
3 or 4 from the other. Okay, cool. Then don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Then I'm
So-
not gonna worry about that. Yeah. Okay.
So we will cut. We'll do a fun wipe to you all standing in a park in Lindum as Throck steps out of a tree, having teleported via plants.
Hey, Throck. This is Amara. She's coming with us. I got runes for your feet.
Oh, good. He's alive too. Good. Whew.
You all also notice, like, I don't know, Throck, where do you keep your new pact symbol?
Around
Is it
my
hanging
neck.
around? Great. You all see a symbol. You all can roll religion checks, actually, because this
Oh.
is not what the symbol looked like before he left.
Okay then.
Okay.
Throck.
I think it really like notices that it is slightly different and then stops thinking about it.
Wow, y'all are not good at this.
No, I really could have told you that already.
Y'all are really not great at religion checks. Okay, cool. Well, continue.
Hey. Hello, new person.
Hello. You are an interesting one.
Don't worry about the thing with the talking. She just does that. It's fine.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's in your head again.
You remind me of my master.
Ooh. In a good way?
I'm sorry. What?
And the speaking in the head way.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. What?
Can I make an insight check to
What?
see if he's just being like
I don't think it's an inside check.
no, he's just
Wait.
straight
Oh,
up.
no, yeah, I think
You
I
just
think
don't know what that means. None of you know what that means.
Oh. Well, I was
It sounds like there's another being speaking in Throck's head and that he considers them his master.
Is that like a druid thing? Do they do apprenticeships?
I'm a druid working for exposure.
Yes.
Okay.
Throck having no idea what apprenticeship is.
Again, no insight needed. That is a like, yes.
How good he like he's not thinking about this right. He's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, that's fine.
Now, where are we going?
Where are we going?
I guess we're gonna.
Down under?
Yeah. So, I'm guessing that
No.
we got our supplies in the past couple of days, including, and I'll just talk
You
to
got
you.
like
but-
mundane supplies for
Yeah.
sure.
Did I get my silence scroll spell? That was one thing I wanted to.
That's
some
gonna be with
s-
the like enchantment for the shoes stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. Did she just give me
Um,
one, or did she maybe give me like multiples, like one for copy and a couple maybe to you, so I don't waste.
Gonna
spell
give you
slots?
two.
Two. Perfect.
And also I'm gonna say with that, what I will say instead of like a what does that mean, Amara? I guess I will say that given what you have experienced, that this is probably a pact symbol. With a 10, I think you are smart enough to piece that at least together.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Notes it, but honestly doesn't need to share it.
Cool. But then of course you also will get so from your aunt, however you want to pronounce it, you will get 6 enchantments for boots that will or feet that will essentially deafen noise made by them.
Okay.
And also stop them from making vibrations in the ground. You will get 6 anti-venoms, so it's just action to administer, bonus action to drink, just cures the poison condition. as well as 2 spell scrolls of silence.
Okay.
Huzi, from the molehill, you will get 3 spell scrolls of Pass Without Trace, as well as that map of secret ways that will cut down on travel time.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
So that's the, and then like you'll get food and such.
Yeah.
uh,
Rations
care
and
of.
things like that. Mm-hmm.
That's not exciting enough to roleplay
Mhm.
out. So, but those are the supplies you get from your allies that you've spoken to. Great.
Oh wait, sorry, just one thing for you to confuse me. 3 spell goes of Path Without Trace, and what else?
And then the map of with
Okay,
all the
yeah.
like switchbacks and
Mhm.
smuggling run tunnels through the
Okay.
Underdark.
Well, I'm gonna look at all of my friends. We can. What time of the day do you think it is? It?
So I mean, you probably did this meeting in the morning, afternoon,
Mhm.
probably. I don't know, whatever
Did
you
we
would say.
want to spend a day in Lindsay to get any last minute, maybe big ticket items? I will need time to enchant the boots anyway. And or do we just want to straight up call our friend to take us to where we gotta go?
I think we should take the time, do the prep.
I agree.
Probably the smart thing to do.
I
Okay.
would like to get a barrel of mimosa before we head there.
Mhm.
Oh, Throck.
And since I know we're going to the Underdark now, I should probably go buy supplies. Where can I meet you all? I did not realize we were going there.
There's like a moment, and she pulls out a key from her pocket. We have a house.
Well, so do I. Is it in the city then, I'm assuming? I need an
Yeah.
address.
I mean, we have. It's not our house. We have to be. We have to respect the place. But I have a key to a house, so we have a free place to stay. You know.
Okay.
Unless she's
That
home, then
worries
that would
me.
be weird.
Hey, I did like I did like oh this isn't not like you think. I didn't have anything to do with this.
No, this I have
was gonna
permission. I
ask.
have permission.
Okay,
I have
that's
permission.
what I.
Okay.
I'm all for, a little bit of impromptu house sitting, in air quotes. But I mean,
So, here
I just got here.
here's the address. That's
Thank
where I'm
you.
gonna do my enchanting. And I'll do some, and I'll probably need to do some shopping, but that's about all I was thinking of
Yeah.
doing. Throck, how
Any
did the swap
tips on
go?
buying supplies?
Oh, any tips on buying supplies? Be nice.
Like what? I mean, in terms of anything specific I should get. I know
Oh,
you
you're-
have a decent
No.
sum of money to get.
No, nothing that'll leave like open flames. Nothing for bright light unless you can use it to temporarily blind something.
So like half my spells, got it.
Yeah,
Hey, I
mine
don't-
too.
It's not my thing. I don't know how to.
I'm assuming sound is not something we want, so maybe I should pick up a scroll or two of. You're the wizard. You went to school. You actually stayed in school. What the hell's the name of the spell?
Silence.
This is in character, by the way. I know it, but in character, this is what
Like
she said.
Movie is just guessing like silence. Is that
Probably.
And there's
I stick to the more
that-
defensive aspects of magic. So
That
I
was a
don't
very
know.
in character noise, like reaction. Well, I actually dropped out.
Oh, I thought you went. Okay, cool.
Like,
so did we both drop out then?
well, I'm more of like I'm on sabbatical because I just got really sad when my mom died, and then this whole thing with the Gith happened, and then like the person that was sponsoring me to go to school died because Alex fell on him, and then
Yeah, you told me about that story. I
Like,
got a letter about that
you
one.
know what? He never mentioned you.
I've more of his. Let me put it this way: when he needed something extra legal done, and
I was right here.
in a different city, you were traveling with him. which I didn't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What?
I
How do you
guess-
think he got resources for like magical stuff? He
I
didn't buy
don't
it.
know. No, he didn't. No, he definitely. He was very stingy with his money. So, oh,
I know he wouldn't even buy me a drink the first time I met him.
I
He was rude.
guess. Well, he bought me one, but.
To
I
be
mean,
fair, the first time I met him, I kind of almost stabbed him, but that was a long story.
Oh, well, you know what? That's just on brand. It's fine. Well, okay. So, yeah, I am.
Any clothes recommendations?
Oh,
Dark is good.
it's gonna get hot.
So not this.
Yeah,
Gestures to winter clothes.
it's gonna get hot. Like maybe like at the top of the surface, it's gonna be cold, but apparently like the further down you get, there's a whole there's a ball in the center of the planet that is on fire, and it makes things kind of hot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't.
It's called a core.
How come the
If you had
ground isn't on
completed your
fire?
science, you would have been.
Yeah, go to school,
Because there's a-
Hakuzi.
What the fuck would I go to
Well.
school for?
Nerd. Read a book.
Yeah. Pulls out random physics book because technically she still has her school books.
You didn't read physics books. It's a tome
Just
of
carrying around
a
100 gold worth of books, then I guess.
No, pretty much.
Given what I
Wait,
know about college books.
only
Yeah,
a
And
Canada.
if you
hundred.
sell them, you'll get 5 silver.
Yeah.
Right.
She has a
It's already out of
big old
date.
bag full of books.
Yeah.
So
Well,
about
Yeah,
200 of her gold was spent on a bunch of fancy books.
I love also that Throck was asked how this trip went, and then all of this is going so far over his head as the conversation shifted.
I know. I tried so hard,
I'm so
Throck.
sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
by the
fine.
way-
Throck is just like enjoying the being around people
It's
again.
like watching a circus, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He did realize how much he enjoyed. Like it's like reality TV for him.
Yes.
Mm.
It would be for him.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to Bliss's house and work on these arcane things. Yeah, just be nice when you go shopping. But I mean, you actually seem like you're pretty nice now that I think about it. I'm just used.
Try.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to con
you
people if
see,
you're nice.
If you see any a spell scroll that some useful spell scrolls of, because you're also got some wizard in you, something that I could possibly write down and use. I
actually do have something interesting if you want one. I technically already have it from a different
yeah.
source.
You brought me a present.
And
It
visibility
is-
scroll, I don't need it. I found it.
Oh well, you know what? It is my birthday, so thank you.
Congratulations. I don't need it.
Briefly, also, Throck, you hear, if they're open to suggestions, I feel as though if they could find a spell scroll of planar binding, I just feel as though it may end up being very helpful.
You say planar binding?
Mm.
Okay.
That's a bit out of my price range.
You did. None of you heard that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no.
not here. I just-
The Throck out of nowhere again. Just maybe we should find a scroll of. And he stopped for a second. And he's
Planar
like,
binding, love. Planar binding.
planar binding.
Very
Just-
good. Very good.
Everyone just turns to stare and look at Throck.
It would be helpful.
Okay. I'm also in the market for a mansion.
We should get one then.
I'm going to assume you mean
The spell,
not a
yes.
physical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that one. That one's a bit out of my range of ability, but I
That's
remember,
okay. It's
I'll see
definitely
if I
in
can
mine.
find
It's
it.
definitely in mine.
I'm more of a quantity over quality type.
Mm.
I have a lot of little tricks, helpful tricks, but smaller tricks.
That's okay. I just suck things into black holes, and we're not talking about my vagina.
That was my next question. To be fair.
I know. That's why I
It's
said
my
it.
l-
How are we in sync? Who are you? Are you in my head? Can you read my mind? Is that how this is working? Or did he just tell you things?
I just know things. You'd be surprised at the things I know just by looking at people.
I'm gonna go enchant some boots now. Good luck, everyone. Give me your shoes.
Takes off boots in the middle of bar. Sure.
Thank you. That's what
I need
Anja's gonna
boots
spend
now,
time
though.
doing. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's like he like looks around the bar full of other people and their.
Oh no, this
booths,
is like in a park. 'cause
We're in the
Brock
park.
had to
We're not in
teleport
a bar.
via plants. Yeah.
Okay, so like
Mm-hmm.
looks around, like sees I presume a couple people like walking around with boots on. Is like right now. I mean, like I can figure something out.
Do you only have one pair of shoes?
Brock looks down to his
I'll
feet.
take you shopping. We're gonna go get you some boots.
Throck, I'm gonna need you to stay here. I have to actually do it on your feet.
I have a question. If I stayed with you and you put it on my feet, would I still have to wear boots? Or would I be able to wear boots?
Can
I
I
think the
roll an
boot-
Arcana check for that?
I'm just gonna say you gotta either put it on shoes or you gotta put it on your feet. It's whatever is touching the surface of the ground.
Yeah, whatever's touching the surface of the ground. Mm-hmm.
Take my boots, and she puts on some like nicer like black sandals, I guess.
All right.
She's not happy about it. She likes her boots. They're combat boots, by the way. Like, what would be the equivalent of combat boots for the time?
I mean,
She's
that's
got
what
an aesthetic.
Anja that's what Anja has when she's not in heels. Like, just
Yeah.
like, you know what? That's what it is. We're just two different kinds of goths. We just get each other.
Probably.
That's what it is. So there's okay. I these are very nice. I think they're made by a Dr. Martine.
Do you get the reference?
Yes.
So that's what
come
I'll
to
just
Rog
yeah.
for the plot, stay for the Doc Martens joke.
Listen.
Don't worry, I watch Rog for the plot.
Not the jokes. But yeah, that's what Anja's planning on
So
doing.
anyway, it's Rock. You gotta hold up. We need to get your Crocs.
What?
No, leave now. No.
You're looking delicious, Hong Huzi.
Look,
That's
I
Prosecutor's
understand
line.
he is, but no. I get to eat, not you.
Yeah, you hear Throck. Please, I understand. Just make nice, all right? You can't do this all alone. I'm gonna say with y'all special perception the second time, you do see the like little symbol around his neck kind of glow briefly as he kind of looks into like a top corner for a second.
And
Rock-
like, he's like kind of squints. Like, does your master still talk to you? Is that like a thing?
Yes.
Weird.
Okay, I have to say something now. I know how this whole pact thing works.
Oh, God,
Mine doesn't talk to
warlocks?
me.
Druids do packs?
Ugh.
What? Do druids do packs? Is that a
Do
thing?
crocodiles live in packs?
No, it's the same thing that Alex did with his sword.
That's news
Alex
to
was a-
me.
He was a druid?
No.
He's a warlock.
The levels of
Wait.
Shakespearean comedy.
For real.
I thought Alex did
No,
the same
but,
thing with his sword that Onguzi does with his great sword. Oh.
Wait.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think I do with my sword?
You know.
Prosecutor, we'll have a conversation later if you want comparing swords if you need.
Okay, you know, he was a bigger dude, so I'm like, probably, but like, hey.
I don't know you guys very well, but I want to be part of this conversation only because I'm curious.
We're talking about dicks.
I know.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Just
I
wanted-
don't like them. That doesn't mean I'm not interested.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
He didn't take his pants off in front of me. I don't know.
What is going on with this conversation?
Yeah, I don't even know. But yes,
Mm.
Throg, you definitely have no context. You've never heard of a warlock, probably.
No, they really haven't asked the very definitive questions yet.
Definitely not. You're getting a little
he's,
sidetracked.
he's very confused now.
Yeah.
The show has taken a weird turn, and he's just confused.
Throck has a clue. No, we're not.
I'm starting to feel like there's something wrong.
It's nothing wrong. That's where it's fine. I'm not wrong.
It's
Good.
better than fine. It's great.
Yeah.
It's good to have a sharp sword. Mm.
Indeed.
Can
As
we get food?
I actually know a wonderful place if you'd like. They're a little expensive, but fun.
It's okay. We're probably gonna die, so.
I'm not paying for you guys.
I think we'll figure it
Oh, I thought you were.
Okay.
I thought you were like going on principle because like I can do a dine and dash. That's cool.
out.
I
mean-
like a small agree. It's like we're about to save the world. We're allowed to dine and dash, right?
I mean, that was her plan. Whatever the equivalent, by the way, of like Mexican food would be what she finds.
Tacos? Are we going to get tacos?
Yeah.
Mimosas.
We can get
Oh,
mimosas
no,
then,
no.
sure.
If there's gonna be places here, you don't want the mimosa. You want a margarita.
I've never
Yes.
had one.
Those are tasty.
We're about to show you a good time, Throck. Oh wait, I need to. Throck, sit down. I have to enchant your feet.
And as you all begin to go to have this amazing meal, the camera pans away, and it actually pans away and then back into Throck's necklace, and
Okay.
we come out seeming like an other side, and we see this female dog-headed form with two pauldrons of similarly sized dog heads that slightly move and shift as if they're alive, kind of sitting in this very strange, infernal, almost throne room. You see it overlooks this massive gateway, like this black river winds and just falls into this gateway, as this figure overlooks it, head in hands, just like hearing this conversation through Throck's amulet, just sighs, and then the camera pans through the gate of hell and back out in. For a moment we just see bark, and then we zoom back out once more and see a massive red dragon pounding on the barrier around the gate of hell. And that's where we'll leave off on this episode of Revenge of the Gith, season 4, The Underdark. As we finally know what the dragon's trying to get to out of character.
Well, everyone, thank you for coming and showing up. It was so great to be back at the table with all of these lovely people. We
Truly.
have a pretty good week this week when it comes to streams. You can catch us again tomorrow morning for some more Dungeons and Dragons with the World of Ashenfell at 11 a.m. PST. You can catch us also on our Emberwind RPG should be here on Saturday at 10 a.m. PST. And then you can just catch me on Friday at noon PST over on Encounter Roleplay as I play my asexual himbo Angel Boy, who really loves the Goo Goo Dolls. And if you are interested in possibly joining some games, we have a couple of things in the work. There is, at the very least, an Expanse game and a Lancer game in the works that we should be casting for soon. So if you want to get in on that, join my Discord and be a part of our lovely, weird little family that we have there. But yeah, everyone else, where are you? Where can we find you on the internet this week? What the fuck is going on? Obi, go ahead, fam.
I bet. So if you want to find me, you can spot me on Twitter at twitch.tv/Joseph Dyson, or you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shinobi, where I am currently streaming Hades Hell Mode on at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays and Fridays because fuck you, Dad. I am winning, son.
It's you. You can go, Ember. You can go now.
Me.
It is actually
I
you
don't
this
know the
time.
order.
It's backwards from the last time.
Okay, but I don't remember that. It's been 3 hours. But yeah, hi, I'm Ember. I am not present on the internet very much at the moment, due to work with, and stuff and things. But I obviously am here, and then I want to start streaming Magic again sooner rather than later. But I've got to figure out why it's not capturing anything on my computer for some reason when I have that. I don't know. OBS. What can I do with you? But other than that, yeah, I'm kind of just existing for a bit at the moment.
Robin.
Excuse me, everyone. In addition to the internet hiccups we're having, my allergies are bothering me. I'm Robin Shadle. You can find me all over the internet as Robin_Shadle. Other than here, I'm not doing any streaming because I'm working with Cursing Raven Books for the upcoming release of my first novel. So that's kind of taking a bit of my attention right now.
Hi, I'm Montana at Montana What 2 on Instagram and at Montana What 2 on that other thing, Twitter. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I'm not doing anything right now either. So you can catch me next week here, Wednesday.
Amazing. And I have been your Dungeon Master, Game Master, Storyteller. You can find me on Twitch at Robbie Rolling. I recently hit affiliate, and I will be rolling out some shiny new stuff in the near future. So watch out for that. But if you want to see me play more role playing games, I'll be here every Wednesday night, having an absolute blast with these amazing folks. And every Thursday evening over on the Dice Timers channel, a good friend, also part of the Storyteller Union, playing Aether and Steamworks as a player. And I'm part so proudly of the Not Quite Heroes podcast, where 5e and Quest and maybe more, who knows, actual play podcast where we play all sorts of fun stuff. So check us out at NQH at NQH podcast on Twitter.
All right, cool beans. And with that, everyone, we're gonna say hello to our friends at Off the Table as they're playing some Monster of the Week. So everyone, wave bye.
Bye. Thank you all so much for coming.